Radio 1350 WOYK.
Here he swings and hammers it. Watch this one go. It's a game winner.
Revs Baseball on WOYK is brought to you by People's Bank, Wellspan Sports Medicine, Shipley Energy, Maple Donuts, Broadway Transmission, Flying Feet, Dasher Investment Services, York Mitsubishi, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, York Dental Sleep Therapy, Rudders, Pennsylvania Lottery, Neighborhood Family Markets, PSECU, Kona Ice, Smith, Mayer and Little, York County Bar Association, and by Downtown Inc.
Swing and a deep drive to right field. Watch this one go. He fires. Game over. Base hit. It's a fair ball. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He slides. He's in. Revs won it.
Now, with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the York Revolution, Darrell Henry.
Good evening, everyone, from People's Bank Park here in downtown York. Welcome to game number 57 of York Revolution Baseball. Tonight, the Revs back home. It's the start of a 7-game homestand, just a brief weekend away. And tonight, opening up a 4-game series against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. All division rivals coming in here this week. Hi again, everybody. Darrell Henry alongside Matt President. Welcome to Revs Baseball. It's a cloudy evening, but the rain, thunderstorms, rumors of funnel clouds that we heard of earlier in the day have moved away, and they feverishly got the field ready just in time for first pitch tonight, as the Revs will take the field here shortly. It'll be a pleasant night for baseball as it turns out, and Matt, with 2 weeks to go in the first half, the Revs, the sense of urgency at this point is to start winning some games and building some momentum for when the reset happens. And a whole week here at home, they'll also try to play spoiler a little bit here this week.
Yeah, right now the Blue Crabs are in first place. They have been playing some really good baseball of late. They went down to Sugar Land and did really well down there. And like you said, it's all about momentum right now, no matter if they're able to somehow pull off something spectacular in the first half. Probably not. It's probably about the second half. But you can't start over at 0-0 and just expect to flip the switch. You have to build up to that. You have to, as you'll hear Mace talk about a little bit, as he kind of gets at what I think he was trying to say is just create an expectancy of winning. Right now, I think the trend has been they kind of have been expecting to lose a little bit, or that losing mentality kind of becomes something that takes over, and it's tough to get out of when you're in a rut, because it's such a sport that's based on momentum, that's based on, you know, the recent memory of what you've been doing and how you've been playing and the results that have been occurring. And so you have to, you know, it doesn't take one game, it takes several to kind of change that and work it around and say, okay, we can do this. I can't have good at bats. I cannot have one, but I can have 10 in a row. We can win not just one game, but 5.
Well, earlier today, we talked with Mace on the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. He addressed those items.
All right, Mace, final couple of weeks of the first half, and before things get reset, what are some of the things that you want to see? What are you looking at? What's your approach as you try to get things moving in the right direction?
Well, first of all, we'd like to win more. I think that would be a good start to get us in a winning way. I think we need to do that. We haven't done that very much at all this first half. We need to see more consistency, productivity from all our guys, actually. You know, and just a little better focus and just, you know, just some better at bats and some better pitches. Fletch and I were looking at some of the pitching stats today, and we've given up like 40-some% of our hits when we're ahead in the count, 0-2 or 1-2. So that's something we need to definitely clean up. But I mean, other than that, I think our defense has gotten better. We keep moving up the chart in that department, but we do need to do a better job at home plate, and we need to eliminate the big inning, like we talked about yesterday, and we had a 3 spot right away in the first inning yesterday against us. So we need to do a better job there, and you know, just basically tighten it up a little bit and get a little better winning, like I said, a little bit better winning ways moving into the second half.
when you see some of the 2-strike hits, what needs to change? Is it the pitch selection in those particular counts, or is it something else?
It's location for me. I mean, I don't have a problem with off-speed breaking balls or whatever when it's 0-2, 1-2, but with nobody on base especially, those balls have to be way down near the ground at some point. And those are actually very, very hittable pitches that we've been throwing, and they've been driven into the gaps and everything else. So, I mean, we need to just do a better job there, and I think if we do that, we'll be fine.
All right, Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason joining us a little while ago pregame. Victor Mateo goes through his warm-ups on the game mound. He'll face Gabby Hernandez. Our starting lineup tonight brought to you by Flying Feet. For Southern Maryland, it's Jose Lozada at third base leading off. Edwin Garcia, the shortstop, hitting second. Batting third and DHing is Zach Wilson. Michael Snyder at first base will hit cleanup. Corey Vaughn, center fielder, bats fifth. Devin Rodriguez in left field will hit sixth. Zach Cohn, the right fielder, bats seventh. Hitting eighth and catching is Luis Allen. And Brian Bistain at second base will bat ninth. Again, Lozada, Garcia, Wilson, Snyder, Vaughn, Rodriguez, Cohn, Allen, and Bistain. For the Blue Crabs, facing Mateo, who in 10 starts is 2-5 with a 3.14 ERA, 57 and a third innings, 62 hits, 14 walks, 34 Ks. Opponents hitting 279, and Matt, maybe his most impressive outing was against these Blue Crabs in Waldorf a couple of starts ago.
Oh, it certainly was. 10 strikeouts, and this is actually a rematch of that one on June 8th between Mateo and Hernandez. A pitcher's duel, no doubt about it. Hernandez actually went 9 innings in that one, didn't allow an earned run, and took the loss, so he was very good as well. So let's hope for another pitcher's duel here today, because that game was certainly exciting.
Well, our Dasher Investment Services first pitch is here as Lozada makes his way to the plate. Revs are 3-6 against the Blue Crabs, who have a 1.5 game lead for first over Lancaster. And Mateo will go from the stretch. Here is our first pitch, and it's over for a called strike. We are underway tonight. 75 degrees and cloudy. It has cooled off with the storms moving through. First pitch at 6:35 tonight, so it won't go down as a delay. 0-1, and a line drive, center field. Witherspoon on the move. It carries deep, and he runs it down. Travis Witherspoon puts it away to start the night, running down a deep line shot in straightaway center.
You're right, it definitely did carry on him, though. It looked like he was starting to slow down his pace, time the ball to that point where it would fall into his glove, and then had to kind of pick up his rhythm at the end there, but you knew he had it the whole way.
Never a doubt with Spoonie. So Mateo maybe began his warm-up routine a couple of minutes later. Here's Edwin Garcia as he misses inside. They were raking the warning track, and a great job by the ground crew, but 6:35, that won't be anything to look at as a delay. There's a called strike. 1-1 on Garcia, who's hitting at 248. No home runs, 9 ribbies. At times, by the way, today, it was a driving downpour this afternoon. Here's a swing and a high fly, left center. Derek Robinson from left is over, and he'll make the grab, calling off Witherspoon. 2 fly ball outs for Mateo to start his night.
Well, when I went out to get lunch today, I heard those tornado warnings that you'd been alluding to, and initially I said, okay, yeah, I'll eat my food here, and then looked outside and said, better take it to go.
Yeah, I planned my, I had a couple of stops to make on the way in, and strategically planned those timing-wise. Here's Zach Wilson. He swings and fouls the first one over the roof. Revs are in the alternate Navy jerseys tonight. Southern Maryland is in their baby blue tops. And these two teams playing their 4th first half series. Pitch to Wilson, a number back to Mateo. He gloves it, takes his time, and aims it over to Tejeda, and retires the side in order in the top of the first. We've played a half inning tonight. It's the Crabs nothing, and the Revs coming up.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great Best Jet products from your neighborhood SureSave markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party planners with $18.93 deli items. Best Jet hot dogs go great with Best Jet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple Best Jet rising crust pizzas with 12 packs of Best Jet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with Best Jet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
The York Jewish Community Center, where everyone is welcome. Voted Best of York, #1 Health Club, #1 Child Daycare Center, and #3 in the Kids Activities category for 2017. Bring in your Revs ticket in June and receive 1 month free. Check us out online at yorkjcc.org.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Coming up against Gabby Hernandez, Southern Maryland's ace. Here in the bottom of the first inning, no score. Mateo went 1-2-3. And the Revs lineup brought to you by Flying Feet. First, we'll pause for this.
For the Revs tonight, it'll be Travis Witherspoon in center field leading it off. Alonzo Harris, the second baseman, at second.
Isaias Tejeda, first baseman, hits third. The cleanup man, Michael Burgess, will DH. Jared Mitchell against the righty moved up to the 5 spot here tonight. Franco and Casilla both out. Mitchell hits fifth. He's in right. Ryan Dent, the shortstop, will bat 6th. Then it's Derek Robinson in left, Luis Cruz catching, and Carlos Triunfel at third. Again, Witherspoon, Harris, Tejeda, Burgess, Mitchell, Dent, Robinson, Cruz, and Triunfel facing Blue Crabs righty Gabby Hernandez, and their starting rotation as a whole is really the strength of the team, but Hernandez at the forefront.
It certainly is. They have 3 guys in their rotation that are in the top 10 in the league in ERA. Hernandez at 2.17 is second in the league, and if I'm the Revs today, Daryl, I look to swing at a lot of first pitches or pitches early in the count, because during that game on June 8th down in Southern Maryland, he was throwing strike one pretty much every time and really getting ahead, and that's what allowed him to be successful. So look to swing early. He should be around the plate.
Witherspoon up, shows a bunt. Hernandez misses high and away at 92 on the initial reading, which is higher than we've seen in the past. So he might be feeling good here early this year. The 1-0, and that's across for a strike. Our plate ump tonight is Derek Moshe, Nate Caldwell at first, Buzz Albert at third base. Witherspoon 8th in the league in hitting, 303, as Hernandez stops after the initial step back. Witherspoon, the last 7, has 5 multi-hit games. Pitch is swung on and missed, fastball away. The last 30 days hitting 352. At home, he's hit 337. Hernandez shakes off, winds above his head. Pitch is a curve, and it's bounced toward third and foul. Lozada, the start at the hot corner tonight, over to Glovett. Revs with Mace coaching at third, Polo at first. They stay with that arrangement. The only day that they broke that up was the day that Polo had to miss at Somerset. He had a planned dental procedure. Pitch to Witherspoon, a swing and a miss. Hernandez got him to reach down and away on that slider, or big cutter at least, well off the plate, and his night starts with a K. Hernandez had been leading the league in ERA until Rick Teasley overtook him, dropping under 2 yesterday thanks to his performance against York. And a lot of the post-game writing at Somerset, Mike Ashmore, who covers the team, centered around why is Teasley still here, and he had a tweet or two that was like, keep your ears open or stay tuned, or however he put it. So I don't know if somebody's on to him. Here's Alonzo Harris, who takes a strike. Harris hitting at 298. He has multiple hits in 3 of his last 4. Last 7 games hitting 357. pretty good go of it this past week. The 0-1 and a swing and a miss. Big rip at that one at 92. Hernandez kept it down. Against the Revs this year, he's 1-1, even though his ERA is 0. 15 innings, 2 unearned runs, only 7 hits. And he missed outside. He has not walked any against York, and he's struck out 11 in 2 starts. Now he winds above his head, delivers, and that's way outside. It'll go to the backstop. Last year on Labor Day at People's Bank Park, he had a Maddox against the Revs. Went the distance and under 100 pitches. In fact, it was under 90. It was 87, a complete game 11-1 win. He fires and foul tip to the backstop. It ricochets straight up and down onto the warning track. Last year against York, he was 1-2 with a 370 in 4 starts, but the team hit only 198 off him. He struck out 25 and walked 3, so he's had their number for a while. As he goes to the rosin bag here. And that complete game here was a 5-hitter. He struck out 8. Pitch to Zoe, breaking ball and a late swing, and he fouls it off into the upper deck on the first base side. Good protection there.
It was really good emergency cut. He started the hips early and realized it was a breaking ball, and then you could see kind of the wheels churning the head. Oh man, that might be a strike, and just able to get his hands inside of it and flick it foul.
Hernandez another 2-2 and a foul tip to the screen again. So Harris making him work. Overall for Gabby, 4-1 record, 9 starts. The league hitting only 225 off of him. 58 innings, 49 hits, and just 9 walks, and now 56 strikeouts. He shakes off, winds again, deals, and a foul tip to the screen again. And look out to the 5 folks that are walking in the front row right behind the plate. One guy just about dove for cover. Wasn't anticipating that. We'll do it again. On 2-2 the pitch. And it snaps outside, a slider. What an at-bat from Harris against Hernandez, who works it full. And if Brian would move his head, I could tell you how many pitches it's been. Here's the wind, the 3-2. And a missed outside, and Harris is on with the walk. What a plate appearance. Outstanding from Zoe, and that ends a 10-pitch plate appearance. It was 4 2-strike fouls, and that's the type that can exasperate a pitcher. Hopefully it has some effect.
And that's the first walk for Gabby Hernandez given up against the Revs in now 15 1/3 innings.
So Harris is on after a lengthy battle that Hernandez is unable to win. And here's Isaias. He's hitting .283, 7 home runs, 26 batted in.
Emily, you have home middle.
Throw to first as Harris is back standing. High traffic area that we work in. Blue Crabs have made it tough on Tejeda, only 185 against them. Had a close play at first on the pick over. Harris had dived back. It also popped out of Snyder's mitt on the tag attempt. It's become a pretty comfortable evening. Lower temps, still a little bit humid. A stretch pitch to Tejeda and a slider for a called strike. Hernandez at times will live on that. He's very comfortable with that pitch. Locates it well, but also tonight the velo looks higher than it has in the past. It could be a tough customer. Now holds the 0-1 and a fastball just outside. That one at 91.
And like you said, Hernandez is showing a little extra velo here today. He's been around 91, 92 on most of his fastballs, and In the past, we've seen a more 87, 88.
Harris digs in at first, and a move over. He'll dive back. Hernandez made it to AAA with 5 different organizations. He was a third-round pick of the Mets in '04 out of high school in Miami. Now Harris needs time to shake the dirt loose. Hernandez, 14th year pro, his 6th year with Southern Maryland. At one point in '08, traded from the Mets organization to the Marlins for Paul LaDuca. He's ready with it. 1-1, and it's off the plate outside. At the deadline in '08, he was traded to the Mariners, I should say, for Arthur Rhodes. The pitch here is down and outside, and it's 3-1 on Tejeda. So Harris made him work. Tejeda now takes command of the count. Lights on here at the start tonight. Hernandez a peek over at first, comes set. And the 3-1, and a swing and a high fly and left, got under it. Rodriguez will move in and waits, and drifting to his left, but he makes the grab one-handed. And 2 away here in the bottom of the first. And that'll bring up Michael Burgess, who saved for a pinch hit. An appearance on Saturday night where he picked up a game-tying ground out in the 9th. He's had the last 2 days off. Back in today. They had a lefty they were facing yesterday, and Mace wanted to give him 2 days to let him really get his legs back underneath him. He's DHing, hitting at .259, 8 home runs. Has been held to a 2 for 17 the last 6. First pitch here, a fastball that narrowly missed, down and away. Revs are 11-12 against their own division, but just 3-6 against Southern Maryland. Barnstormers are rooting for the Revs the first half of this week. Here's the stretch, the 1-0, and a fastball in tight, delayed steal, and Allen never saw it. And Harris takes off and dives in at second, no throw. By the time Allen saw it, it was way too late. And had he thrown it, his pitcher would have been right in the way anyhow.
Well, nice play there. I think that's the first time we've seen that move all year from the Revs, and Harris a perfect candidate. And the other thing that made that a little more complicated is Burgess, the left-handed hitter, was a bit in the way of Allen, still in the batter's box legally, but when you're not expecting to throw it down, it makes it a little extra challenging to have that lefty up.
Now Hernandez steps off and calls Allen out to talk with him, with a runner at second now. And 2-0 to the big fella. I don't think Lancaster is overly happy that Southern Maryland is playing the last place team 4 times in the first half. The Revs will try to be spoilers against both teams this week and get their own momentum going, which is what they're focused on. Here's the stretch, the 2-0, and he swings, fouls it off down the left field side into the stands. Checks his bat against the dirt to make sure it didn't crack. Hernandez last year 7-10. His ERA was in the high 4s, but at times he was really good. And now Harris dancing away. Time called. The shortstop Garcia started to move in from behind. Polo coaching at first has all of that in his sight lines, as well as Mace at third. Zoe, the only guy to watch at this point. The 2-1, and it missed in tight. So a hitter's count for Burgess, and after Harris's 10-pitch walk, Tejeda got to 3-1. Burgess now gets to 3-1. No score here in the bottom of the first. Runner at second with 2 outs. And Hernandez ready. Here's the 3-1. And a backdoor hook and a called strike. What a beauty that one was.
Really good pitch, and a lot of confidence shown there by Hernandez to throw that pitch 3-1. Able to spot it coming back over the plate. His fastball, he's actually been missing a decent amount to the glove side, so inside on lefties and away to righties.
And now he'll step off for a moment. 3-2 on Burgess. Jared Mitchell would be next. Here's the stretch from Hernandez. And they set up in. Pitch is swung on and fouled back, and he left it away. Going to that slider again, but got away with it. Missed his spot there.
Go, Michael.
Hernandez, a long stare in. And ready again. The stretch and the 3-2. And a swing and a foul again, heading back upstairs. Another battle in a full count situation. And Hernandez, 27 pitches now in this first inning. Southern Maryland as a staff, the second lowest ERA in the league, 3.72, 3.38 on the road, 2.25 against York. Hernandez, a long look. 6'3" righty, set once more, and he'll turn and look Harris back. Our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest tonight. Beth Cornbaugh is our contestant. Beth, good luck to you. Revs go yard, you win. And Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care prize pack. Now ready, another 3-2, and a swing and a foul again. And Hernandez keeps going to the slider or the cutter, and Burgess keeps fouling it off.
And you mentioned the pitch count. That's now 28 in the first inning. The last time the Revs saw Hernandez, he went that complete game 9 innings and threw a total of 100 pitches. So he's more than a quarter of the way there and has just 2 outs in the first.
I believe this will be another 10-pitch at bat, but Brian insists on leaning forward here in tonight's first inning. We'll let you know. Hernandez ready. And again, he'll try it. And a swing and a line drive, right center and deep, and it is gone! Michael Burgess, a line drive home run! Right over the fence in right center and onto the Appel lawn. It's a 9-pitch at bat, and he slams his 9th of the year. And what a battle, he wins it and gives the Revs a 2-0 lead. A low laser that just got over. And Burgess tees off. Back-to-back nights off, maybe did him some good. What a battle. He made Hernandez go 9 pitches. And he'll now throw at least 30 in this first inning, and the Revs with a 2-0 lead. Here's Jared Mitchell. And he looks at a 2-seamer tailing the other way for a strike.
Well, like you said, it was a line drive. He finally got a pitch out and over the plate. And from our vantage point, I didn't think it was guaranteed, but he flipped that bat about halfway up the line.
A grounder yanked foul, first base side, under the feet of some Revs relievers. Well, I guess you can only throw so many pitches before you do make a mistake and leave one over the plate. Burgess, an outstanding at bat. Here's the wind, the 0-2. And it missed up high, fastball at 94. And as he turned 31 last month. Here's the 1-2. And a breaking ball, swing and a miss. Sharp hook to end the inning, but the Revs out in front early. Beth Cornbaugh, a winner on our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest. You can Stop by the Apple Chevrolet ticket office at your convenience. Burgess's 2-run homer gives the Revs a 2-0 lead in the first. On to the second here at Peoples Bank Park.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Hey Revs fans, get points for great rewards just by supporting your team through the new Revolution Rewards program. Use the new York Revolution app to receive and earn points for ballpark food, store discounts, stadium tours, and more. Available through the Apple and Google Play stores, the York Revolution app also features team news and exclusive content, contests and promotions for Revolution prizes, online ticket purchases, live game streaming, and more. Download the York Revolution app today. Free stuff by supporting your team? That's Revs time.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Victor Mateo at 2-0 lead. He starts the second. Michael Snyder leads it off, and a slider missed in. 1-2-3 first for Mateo, who went 7 pitches. Gabby Hernandez needed 33. Snyder hitting at 275, 10 homers, 33 driven in. Leads the league in doubles, tied for the league lead in extra base hits. There's a fastball for a called strike. 1-1 the count. Blue Crabs 4th in team batting, 5th in runs scored, 3rd in homers with 48. 1-1, and a fly ball left center. Witherspoon drifting over and back into the gap. He's got it. Had him played to pull, and Snyder got it in a little bit off his hands. Didn't quite square it up. 1 down, and Corey Vaughn to the plate. And he's been a tough out for the Revs. Overall, 286, 5 home runs against York, 367 with 2 of those 5 homers. A couple triples against them as well. First pitch is in tight to the son of longtime big leaguer Greg Vaughn. 1-0, and he swings and pops it up. At second, it's Harris heading out, waving his arms, taking charge, and he'll put it away. Backing out into shallow right. 2 up, 2 down here in the second. Now we'll pause for station identification.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Revs with a 2-0 lead here in the second inning. Here is Devin Rodriguez, who went down with a brief day-to-day injury when the team was in Southern Maryland a couple of weeks ago. First pitch is down low. But in 32 games, he's hitting .373 for Southern Maryland. 8 for 17 against York. Pitch is lined to right center, a base hit. And he's their first base runner. Witherspoon jets over to cut it off, spins and fires in. And the Revs had Rodriguez played hard to pull, which had Harris well over toward first, and he lines it right into that opening.
Well, that pitch was actually off the plate away to the lefty Rodriguez, and he got his bat around, hooked it kind of up the middle out of the reach of Harris at second base, but a good pitch there from Mateo, and he's doing what he did against Sugar Land, really starting it by taking something off his fastball. He's been 83, 84 here in the early going.
Here's Zach Cohn. First pitch, fastball is low. Cohn hitting .289 with 3 home runs. Tied for third in the league in doubles with 15, and now Mateo asks for a new ball. On our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report tonight, Alexi Casilla has been day-to-day with the groin tweak Saturday night, but shouldn't be out long. They thought they might even be able to play him yesterday and then tonight, but not in there just yet. Next one is swung on and missed. And Mateo evens things up with Cohn, our K-man tonight. Now ready. 1-1. And that missed low. His 10 strikeout game at Southern Maryland 2 starts ago. The second of his career. The other one was in his 7-inning no-hitter with Bowling Green back in 2011. 2-1. And a high drive deep left center. Witherspoon back. So is Robinson. Witherspoon climbs the wall and it's gone. And just like that, Southern Maryland ties it up. Zach Cohn, a towering home run off the netting in front of the playground, his 4th of the year. And it's a 2-2 game. The Blue Crabs answer right away. Well, they have a lot of guys up and down the order that can hurt you with pop. Cohn not a home run hitter, but certainly drive the ball. And here's Luis Allen. We'll start over at 2-2. First pitch is down low. Allen hitting .228, almost identical average with York and Southern Maryland. There's the 1-0. Yeah, that missed inside. Revs have held him to a 2-for-22 clip head-to-head against his former team. 2-0. And a little nubber under the feet of Mateo. It crawls up the middle. Harris going after it. Accidentally kicks it out into left. He'll chase it down, and Allen with the squibber ends up with a base hit. By the way, the home run given up by Mateo, just his 3rd allowed in 11 starts. Now Allen will keep the inning alive, and if nothing else, turn the lineup over. Brian Bistain to the plate, the 9th place hitter. 10 games played, he's hitting .250. He debuted going 2-for-3 with a double against York a couple weeks ago. First pitch slider is over for a strike. They got Bistain from Ottawa in the Can-Am Association. Mateo the 0-1, and a fastball strike inside corner. Mateo's given up 1 run in each of his last 4 starts, so the 2 already tonight, his most allowed since May 22nd. That's how good he's been of late. 0-2, and a little nubber on the ground at first. Tejeda off the bag. He'll glove it, turn, and win the race back. Takes it unassisted to end the inning. Southern Maryland draws even, though, on a 2-run homer of their own. 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 left. Now we've played an inning and a half. It's a 2-2 game.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Come on! Colin Cowherd.
We fell in love with a three-point shot. Oh, it solves everything. Three-point shot solves everything. No, it doesn't. It creates so many blowouts. Again, I'm comparing Golden State to what Oregon football did. They created a system. They beat everybody to the punch, and good for them. I'm for innovation. But I don't want football to look like every 13 seconds you have a football play and there's no huddles.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Two game as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Luis Allen was on base when the top half ended, so got out there with the gear on, and Hernandez just now finishing his warm-ups. The Revs with a 2-run homer by Michael Burgess. Southern Maryland answering with a 2-run homer from Zach Cohn. And it'll be Dent, Robinson, and Cruz coming up. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Wolf's Bus Lines, the Pretzel Twist, Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, Turkey Hill Minute Markets, Headline Foods, and D's Nuts. Ryan Dent will get things started. Tough week for Dent. 2 for 22 the last 6, but puts in a lot of extra work. He was one of the first ones down in the cage earlier today. Overall, he's at 242. First pitch from Hernandez is on the outside corner for a strike. A 33-pitch first inning. There's the wind and the 0-1. And a curveball missed high. So even though we're tied at 2, I would dare say that the Revs' approach has been the more impressive early. It's the 1-1. And a breaking ball, strike 2 called. A little sunlight trying to poke through. Pitch to Dent. And he slaps it on the ground toward first. Snyder away to backhand it, and he'll flip to his pitcher covering. About a step ahead of Dent. 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Hernandez first came to the league in 2012. He's been there or here for at least part of every season since. 7-12 in 2013, 8-9 in 2014. ERA in the 4s both years. 7-10 with the ERA in the 4s last year. Only 3 starts in 2015. He left to pitch in Taiwan that year. There's Derek Robinson, who takes it inside. And the sun now making its way through brightly. Robinson, the switch hitter, bats left, hitting at 220. There's the overhead wind, the 1-0. And that missed inside. Blue Crabs have been particularly tough on him. He's had just 3 hits and 27 at-bats. There's the 2-0. And that missed high and away. Little snow cone on Allen's mitt as he reached for it. 3-0. Tied at 2 here in the bottom of the second tonight. The wind and the pitch. And that's in there. Fastball for a strike, 3-1. (3-1) to Robinson, and he swings and fouls it back over the roof, so Hernandez back to run it full. It's been a AAA Hernandez has with the Marlins, Mariners, Royals, Diamondbacks, and White Sox. On the 3-2, and a swing and a high pop foul. That'll get out of play off to the left. Hernandez has an uncle who caught in the minor leagues, Vicente Diaz. He caught in the minors for Detroit. Hernandez, another 3-2, and another foul. This one sent back. Kind of uncanny. This is the 7th hitter, and the third of those 7 to have multiple 2-strike fouls and a 3-2 count. Harris got on in the first, ending a 10-pitch plate appearance with a walk. Burgess, the home run in the first, ending a 9-pitch at bat. And this next one to Robinson will be the 8th. It was 3-0. Another 3-2 and another foul. And we'll have a 9th one to him coming up. This one tips straight back. Hernandez now 45 pitches. And he's only recorded 4 outs so far tonight. We'll try it again. And it missed inside. Robinson checked, and on the appeal to third, Buzz Albert confirms he held. And another terrific plate appearance. So far, the Revs have had 3 reach base, and all 3 have taken Hernandez to 9 or 10 pitches.
And it's interesting that Hernandez seems to have more velocity today, but the command hasn't quite been there as much. He doesn't seem to have that put-away pitch, but credit these Revs hitters for making him work, fouling off borderline pitches and either working walks or forcing him to make a mistake in the case of Michael Burgess.
Here's Luis Cruz now. First pitch is a fastball strike over the outer half. Cruz, who homered in his last start over the weekend at Somerset, hitting .233, couple homers, 5 driven in 13 games. 0-1. And he lines it toward right center, slicing, and it's in for a hit. Robinson went halfway to be sure. He will move up to second. Corey Vaughn over, had to play it on a hop. And it's first and second with 1 out. The Revs with their second hit. 2 walks, 2 hits. One of those, of course, Burgess's home run. And here's Carlos Triunfal rounding out the order tonight. Triunfal at .202, coming in with 2 homers. Friday night at Somerset, he had the game-tying double in the 9th. Revs twice in that series, tying it in their last at-bat, but unable to get a win. Before that series, the near 9th inning comeback against New Britain. First pitch is outside, a slider. Earlier last week, in the doubleheader, the near huge comeback, and then the one comeback that did happen, but Revs have battled but have not scored enough to either complete comebacks or put teams away. Just 11 runs the last 5 games as Triunfal asks for time and takes a step out. They had scored 22 on a 3-game stretch, but since then just 11 the last 5. 2-2 our score in the second inning tonight. A look back, the 1-0, and a swing and a foul tip into the mitt of Allen as Triunfal let it rip. 50th pitch for Hernandez. Earlier in his career, Hernandez Pitched in the South Atlantic League All-Star Game in 05 in the Mets system, the Southern League All-Star Game in 07 with the Marlins at Double-A. 1-1, breaking ball, and it bends across for strike 2. That was a good one. Twice he was a 10-game winner in the Pacific Coast League. 10-9 at Tacoma in 09, 10-6 with Omaha in 2010. Had a career ERA in the 4s. He's pretty much always been a starter. Sun shining brightly again. A look back, the pitch. Robinson goes, and a bouncer towards second. Could be 2. The throw to first. Got away! Robinson's going to come home to score. Trienfeld advances to second. It's down in the Revs bullpen, and they take the lead back 3-2. Robinson, the lead runner, broke on the pitch. And it was a dead double play ball to Bistain at second, up the middle. He stepped on second, but then made a poor throw. It'll be a throwing error. The run scores on it, and the inning stays alive. And they got the out on the force at second, but an error on the throw, and Trienfeld moves up to second on it. Now here's Witherspoon at the top of the order, 3-2 York. First pitch is down and away. Hernandez struck him out the first time. Now into his stretch. 1-0. And a swing and a foul over the roof, first base side, well out of play. Grounds crew did an amazing job tonight. You can barely see a couple of watermarks where it puddled up, and the field took a beating. And the weather has turned for the better here right at game time, or about an hour before game time. 1-1. And a bouncer towards short. Trienfeld will run in front of it. The shortstop Garcia has it and fires to first in time for the out. But the Revs retake the lead with a run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. Revs up 3-2 as we go to the third.
You line your feet up on the edge of the starting block, shake out your arms, and then you push off the block in one fluid motion, fully extending your body and cutting into the water with nothing on your mind but the mechanics. You're a swimmer, and whether it's practice time in the pool or crunch time at a meet, Flying Feet is with you every stroke of the way.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes is a swimmer's paradise. Get suits by Dolphin, Speedo, Nike, Arena, and Tier. Pick up practice gear, team gear, and training equipment like fins, snorkels, and kickboards. The Flying Feet team has high-tech competitive suits, customizable caps, goggles, even goggle repair items. Shower down with swimmer's shampoo and body wash, plus suit wash to limit the wear and tear of chlorine. Time to dive into the pool? Then it's time for Flying Feet. We're more than sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83 next to Battery Warehouse.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK is your home for the golf majors. Brought to you locally by your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Tune in throughout the day for live updates from the U.S. Open, the British Open, and the PGA Championship. Plus, live final round coverage of the PGA Championship and nightly episodes of the PGA Championship Tonight. Coverage of this year's golf majors brought to you locally by your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOYK at the App Store.
Had the Simba cam going between innings. Hold your baby in the air. As we start the third, it's a 3-2 York lead. Revs going right back on top, taking advantage of the throwing error, but it all started with another great battle at the plate. Derek Robinson, who got on by way of a walk, As we start the third, Jose Lozada leads off. First pitch from Mateo is wide. Lozada, the switch hitter, hit it hard in center in the first, but Witherspoon ran it down to start the game. 1-0, and it's called strike. Slider on the outer part of the plate there. Trienfel is in on the edge of the grass at third. Tejeda pretty much even with the bag at first. 1-1, and that's down and away. Lozada coming in at 207, but against York, 346. Longtime Nationals farmhand, the pitch, and that's inside. 3-1. Mateo doesn't want to put the leadoff man on. He's got 9 steals. From the stretch at all times, Mateo, he's ready. The 3-1, and there's a strike. 3-1 cutter right over the plate. Revs with 2 in the first, Crabs with 2 in the second, both on 2-run homers. Then the Revs, the unearned run, 3-2, and a liner toward left center. Witherspoon in. It's going to get down before he can get there. Had to reach back and grab it off the bounce. As it checked up a little bit, but Lozada, even though they had him play that way, he lands it in front of Witherspoon's approach. A leadoff single to start the third.
Get yourself a ground ball here. Well, you talk about Lozada with his 9 steals, and that's really a place where this team misses Gary Brown. He hasn't played in about 3 weeks, and he still is second on the team with 12.
Here's Edwin Garcia, and he lays off up and in. Yeah, in addition to our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report for the opponent, Gary Brown has had some horrific back spasms that have cost him a lot of time. The 1-0, Lozada runs, and a bouncer right towards second, and all off the bag. Harris gloved it and then threw to first. He's trying to buy the call from Buzz Albert, but they said that by the time he gloved it, he was trying to reach to his right and stretch like a first baseman holding the bag to get that force out. Buzz said that his left foot was off. He made the throw on then to first for the out there, but Lozada moves up.
Really tough to tell from our angle with Mateo the pitcher and Albert the base umpire in between us and the play, but a good idea there by Harris trying to get the double play with his foot on the bag and still able to make sure he got the out at first.
Mateo almost got the one play that could have turned 2 there other than a line drive out. Here's Wilson, and a slider called strike on the inside corner. Wilson a ground out to Mateo in the first inning. So a runner at second with 1 away, 3-2 York. Now the 0-1, and a swing and a miss. Another good cutter right down at knee level, nothing in 2. Wilson third in the league in RBIs with 39, hitting .333 with men in scoring position. A look back, the 0-2, and a grounder to third, right at Trienfel. He's up with it cleanly, looks Lozada back and rifles it to first, 2 down. Now hit sharply, but right at him. And Mateo, against this part of the order, he dodges one. Now he has to face another one, Michael Snyder.
First baseman number 16, Michael Snyder.
Well, Mateo began the evening with a couple fly balls, and then after that home run, his next 3 outs have all been on the ground.
Snyder flied out fairly deep his first time. Mateo the pitch, he swings and misses. He's going up there hacking. Another cutter down for Mateo to start a hitter. On the stretch, the 0-1, and a swing and a miss. Another cutter or slider down, this one out of the zone. Ahead with 2 quick strikes. Here's the stretch from Vic. And the 0-2. Down and away. Good spot. Another cutter that tailed just out. Snyder with 33 driven in. He's tied for second in the league in total bases, tied for first in extra base hits. 10 homers, 17 doubles. The 1-2, and a swing and a miss. Mateo stays with the slider and strikes out Snyder to end the inning. His first K of the night. Lozada the leadoff single, but stranded at second base. We go to the bottom of the third. Revs still in front, 3-2.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local and national sports. The Big Sports Talker also has you covered with news throughout the day. Catch statewide updates on news and sports from Radio PA. Stock reports with Your Money Now, mornings and afternoons. And national news updates every hour from Westwood One. Stay up to date while getting your sports fix all day. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs up 3-2 as we go to the bottom half of the third. 2 in the first, 1 unearned in the second. Off Gabby Hernandez. Burgess a 2-run homer in the first inning. He'll bat third. Harrison Tejeda in front of him here. And it was Alonzo who got on first in the first inning. A 10-pitch plate appearance that he walked on, stole a base, and scored on the homer. First pitch is down and away. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, this is one of 3 games in the league tonight. Here's the 1-0, and it missed the corner away. Lancaster is off tonight. And they trail Southern Maryland by a game and a half. We'll face Bridgeport tomorrow. Those 2 both off. Here's a fastball strike, 2-1. Sugar Land and New Britain have yet to start. A rain delay in Connecticut. And in the fourth, Somerset up 6-2 at Long Island. Here's the 2-1. And it's a called strike, a cutter from Hernandez. Revs have averaged only 3 runs a game against Southern Maryland. And the 2-2. And it missed just off the plate. Great eye from Harris, who works at full.
Natty eye.
Now the 3-2. And a foul tip against the backstop over toward Tejeda, who's next. By the way, the Revs with 2 walks, both have scored. They did not walk 1 time in their last 2 games at Somerset. 3-2 again. And a swing and a miss. Hernandez wins the battle this time on the cutter. And in that at-bat, you saw less of that low 90s four-seam and more of the cut. One down. Here's Tejeda, who flied to left his first time. The Revs, by comparison, issued 18 walks in the series at Somerset. That did not help. And they still battled back in 2 of those games. First pitch here is chopped to short, right at Garcia. He gloves it and fires across, 2 away. I believe that's Hernandez's first one pitch out of the night, and he's going to need a few more of those. He's now at 63 pitches here in the third. Here's Michael Burgess, who took him out in the first, a 9-pitch at bat, and then drilled a line drive 2-run homer. What a massive shot that was. His 9th of the year. Here's the first pitch. And it's a called strike, outer half and up a little bit. The 0-1. And that missed inside. Blue Crabs play Burgess to pull in both the infield and the outfield. A wind and the 1-1. And a ground ball rolled up the middle, and he's 2 for 2. A base hit for Burgess, and kind of like Devin Rodriguez's ball for Southern Maryland, they had him played to pull. The second baseman was further over, and Burgess, his is on the ground, and he rolls it right through the open spot.
I think that's a really important hit for the Revs, just to break up the tempo there from Hernandez, who looked like he was beginning to settle in. Got a couple quick outs for the first time tonight, and now they make him face at least one more here in the third.
Now here's Jared Mitchell, who struck out swinging his first time. Revs a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the third. First pitch, he swings and hooks a line drive, hit to right. Burgess at second, he'll round it and stop. Cone throws into short. And back-to-back 2-out singles. Mitchell with a hit. Revs now have 4 total and 2 on for Ryan Dent. Mitchell hitting well over 300 here in the month of June. A 2 on for Dent, who grounded out his first time up. And he's due to get back into the swing here. First pitch, breaking ball, it's a strike. Hernandez starts him with a nasty slider. Burgess at second, Mitchell at first with 2 outs. I'll look back, and the 0-1. Fastball and a called strike on the outer black. Looked a lot like the one on Harris that was called a ball, but Hernandez gets the call on this one. Ahead 0-2, and Dent will try to battle. Hernandez ready, looks up, now home, and a breaking ball away. Revs are hitting just .216 with men in scoring position and 2 outs. Dent trying to spike that a bit. Pitch here, a swing and a miss. And Hernandez, who had him looking off speed throughout the at-bat, busts out that 90-mile-an-hour fastball again. He strands 2. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on. We go to the 4th. Matt Present with the play-by-play. Revs lead the Blue Crabs 3-2.
Take it from me, guys. You want to make life happier? Your wife wants a nicer lawn. The kind of lawn you see on Home and Gardens and Martha Stewart. Here's a hint. You're not alone. Call your pals at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. They've got a way with lush lawns that the ladies like. And as you know, happy wifey, happy hubby. Winky face. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. World-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
The York Jewish Community Center, where everyone is welcome. Voted Best of York, #1 Health Club, #1 Child Daycare Center, and #3 in the Kids Activities category for 2017. Bring in your Revs ticket in June and receive 1 month free. Check us out online at yorkjcc.org.
Can you sit up, little guy? There you go. What a big boy. Whoa. Every time he grabs my maple donut, it pulls him over to one side. But he keeps on grabbing at it. Whoop, there he goes again. Wait, let's see how this works. Here you go, little dude. Here's another maple donut. Can you grab it? Well, there you have it, folks. Charlie's right. A balanced baby needs a maple donut in each hand.
Maple donuts taste right.
York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
Top of the fourth at Peoples Bank Park. York with a 3-2 lead on Southern Maryland, who's now at the top of the division. Game and a half up on the Barnstormers, who the Revs will see this weekend. For the Blue Crabs here in the fourth, it's Corey Vaughn, Devin Rodriguez, and Zach Cohn facing Victor Mateo. From the stretch, the first pitch on the way, and it's a line drive to left, and it's in there for a base hit. Robinson will play it on a big hop and fire it back in. One pitch, and Corey Vaughn reaches on a leadoff single. So here's Rodriguez. He singled his first time up, scored on the Zach Vaughn 2-run home run. Rodriguez, the only true lefty in the lineup. Lozada, a switch hitter, also bats from the left against Victor Mateo. Everyone else from the right side. Runner on, Mateo from the stretch, and the first pitch on the way. Fastball, strike one, outside corner. Mateo gets ahead, 86 there on the radar gun. He'd begun his evening in the low 80s, 83, 84. A lot more of that cutter in the early going, but as he did a couple outings ago against Sugar Land, starting to amp up the velocity in the middle innings. Runner goes, pitch on the way, down and away, and a bobble and no throw from Cruz behind the plates. So Vaughn into second with a stolen base. And that is his 7th on the year. One ball, one strike to count. Rodriguez, who's become the everyday left fielder for the Blue Crabs and doing a nice job essentially filling in for Gary Brown as Vaughn slides to center. Pitch on the way is a breaking ball and it misses off the plate. Once again, Gary Brown has now been sidelined for several weeks with back spasms, and when we were down at Regency Furniture Stadium, we were told that he couldn't even get on a bus. Just sitting that long really caused his back to act up. Ground ball back up the middle, Dent positioned perfectly. Just behind the bag at second, fires to first, and Rodriguez set down for out number one. Vaughn goes second to third on the play.
Yeah, Dent didn't even have to move a step, and it gave him a chance to at least look at third, but playing back and up the middle, and a two-hopper took a little bit too long, a little too far of a throw to chance anything.
Also would have been throwing back across his body, so not worth the risk here in the top of the fourth. Tying run, however, 90 feet away for Zach Cohn. First pitch, breaking ball hit well, deep left field. Robinson turns, looks, and it is gone. Over the arch nemesis in left. Zach Cohn goes deep for the second time today, and he has given the Blue Crabs a 4-3 lead. Cone in this ball game, home runs 4 and 5, and both 2-run varieties. Second time this year, the Revs have had an opponent go deep twice against them. The other was Connor Bierfeld of the Bees, and that was in the opening series of the year up in New Britain.
Yeah, Southern Maryland, their home park, built for right-hand pull hitters, and not to say that that's all these guys do. It's not, but they come here, and it's kind of built for them, too.
Luis Allen, the batter. First pitch hit on the ground to shortstop, dent to a knee, fields, and slings it across in plenty of time for out number 2.
Next up, the Blue Crabs, second baseman #1, Brian Bistain.
Brian Bistain now the batter. 9th place hitter, playing second base. We're also seeing Lozada at third base for the first time in the series. Pitch on the way. Fastball, strike one, outside corner. It had been Patrick Palmero in just about every game, save for the one he started in left field down in Southern Maryland. Pitch on the way, and it's a fastball down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. But we're told Palmero was banged up a little bit in Sugar Land, and the team, while he was down, quite successful. Pitch on the way, chopped to the left side and out of the reach of the third baseman, Trienfeld. It gets into left field for a 2-out single. So the Blue Crabs playing well without Palmero, and John Harris deciding to just keep the lineup as is. So with the addition of Bistain at second, they're able to slide Lozada to third. And Bistain on a 2-out single.
The other thing that's interesting with them, they've played exactly 500 at home, but on the road they've been 16-9. A huge reason that they're in contention, and that series at Sugar Land was huge for them.
Lozada now up, switch hitter, swings the first pitch and hits it to second base, right at Alonzo Harris, who lobs it to first to retire the side. But Zach Cone goes deep for the second time today, both 2-run shots, and it's 4-3, the Blue Crabs in front after 3.5 on 1350 WOYK.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great Best Jet products from your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party platters with $18.93 deli items. Best Jet hot dogs go great with Best Jet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple Best Jet rising crust pizzas with 12 packs of Best Jet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with Best Jet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Everything for morning.
Conor McGregor tweeted that he's back in for UFC 200. Hasn't been confirmed, but I told you this last week. I still felt like A, he's not retiring, and B, he'd be back in UFC 200. Now, is there a chance Conor McGregor knew what he was doing from the outset here? He had given UFC 200 all of this publicity, millions of dollars of publicity. Is there a chance Dana White knew what Conor McGregor was doing? Is there a chance that Dana White, being the businessman running UFC, would be in on this with Conor McGregor from the get-go? Now, before you say no, look at all the publicity generated. And if you knew the end game was still going to be Conor McGregor was still going to fight, would you have gone through this? And you can't say, boy, that's so far-fetched. There's so much money attached to this. I never say never when it comes to this stuff.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Break out some IDs.
That's just good radio.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Four to 3, Southern Maryland in front. 2 home runs, both by Zach Cone. 1 to left center, 1 to straightaway left in the second and the fourth respectively, and it's 4 to 3 visitors. Derek Robinson, Luis Cruz, Carlos Trienfeld due up for the Revs here in the home half of the fourth. The Revs with 2 in the first, 1 in the second. The run in the second was unearned, but now they trail for the first time tonight. Robinson was that unearned run. He walked with 1 away in the second and came around to score on the throwing error from Brian Bistain. It was a ball off the bat of Carlos Trienfeld, an eventual fielder's choice. As Robinson digs in, the first pitch on the way, and it's hit high in the air, straight away center field. Coming in a few steps is Vaughn. Now he'll sidestep a couple times over towards right center, and he makes the grab for out number 1. So Robinson retired on just 1 pitch, and that brings up Luis Cruz. The ball off the bat of Trienfeld took the second baseman Bistain right to second, but his momentum was going out towards left field and tried to throw back across his body and skipped it by the first baseman, Snyder. And that allowed Robinson to come around in the second. Cruz digs in, a single to right center his first time up. And the first pitch on the way, fastball, strike 1, outside corner. Gabby Hernandez now in his 6th season with the Blue Crabs, and tonight making his 320th career start. Pitch on the way is a breaking ball, and it stays a little high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cruz behind the plate tonight. The Revs now working a full 3-man rotation back there with Tejeda as well as Capetillo. Breaking ball down and away. The count now 2-1. Righty against righty. Wind blowing out a hair to right center field. And the 2-1 offering on the way. Reached for and fouled off down the line and right. Cruz a .233 average coming into play. 2 home runs, 5 runs driven in. And tonight Cruz is making his 14th start of the year behind the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hernandez winds and fires, and the breaking ball misses outside. Close pitch, but the late break took it away from the outside corner, and it's a full count, 3-2. Hernandez now up to 77 pitches. He comes home, the payoff pitch, and it's down and in, ball 4. A good at bat by Luis Cruz, and he works a 1-out walk. Third walk of the day for Gabby Hernandez. And the first 2 came around to score. The Revs trying to replicate that here in the 4th as Carlos Trienfeld comes to bat. Trienfeld settling in as the team's everyday third baseman, making his 17th start at the hot corner. Cruz leaning off of first, being held by Schneider. Hernandez from the stretch. Pitch on the way, and it's hit in the air to center field. Charging in is Vaughn. It'll hang up for him as he comes in to glove it for out number 2. Trienfeld got that one a little bit off the bat, but it hung up for Corey Vaughn. 2 down in the 4th. Four to 3, Southern Maryland leads it as the lineup turns over now for Travis Witherspoon. Witherspoon now has his average up to 303 coming into play, 8th in the league. 0 for 2 in this one. First pitch on the way, fastball, and it's in there for a strike on the outer half. Witherspoon over the last 30 days especially good. 352 average over that span and 14 multi-hit games. Pitch on the way and a big swing and a miss. Out in front, and Witherspoon in the hole, 0-2. So with that surge in the month of June, Witherspoon now 56 hits on the year in 51 games played. The delivery on the way, it's up and in. Witherspoon leans back, and then his momentum takes him across and through the first base side batter's box. Travis, 8 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs. Man at first is Luis Cruz. Pitch on the way. It's fouled off to the right and out of play, and the count holds at 1-2. Hernandez now up to 83 pitches. And there is someone moseying around in that left field bullpen, but no one up and throwing yet. Hernandez last time against the Revs, 100 pitches, but he went a full 9 innings. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Witherspoon reached for one off the outside corner, and he's set down on strikes for the second time tonight. 5th strikeout of the evening for Gabby Hernandez, and through 4 complete, it's 4-3 Blue Crabs on 1350 WOYK.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance. Hey Revs fans, now's your chance to win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy. This season, during every home game at Peoples Bank Park, it's the all-new Shipley Energy Grand Slam inning. Each game, 1 inning will be designated, and 1 name will be selected as the contestant. If the Revs hit a Grand Slam that inning, you could win $5,000. To enter, stop by Fan Services and fill out your form, or enter via the York Revolution app or YorkRevolution.com. Sign up today and win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy this season.
What a game. The home runs, great pitching, even that foul ball over our heads.
I know, it was so close. I almost caught it. Maybe next time, Gus.
Well, what about catching this?
Pay me. The new scratch-off from the Pennsylvania Lottery with top prizes of $100,000.
That's more like a grand slam. Keep on scratching.
Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Blue Crabs in front 4-3 heading to the 5th. It'll be Edwin Garcia, Zach Wilson, and Michael Snyder due up. 2, 3, and 4 in the order, and the 3 of them so far have combined to go 0 for 6. Garcia a fly out to left field in the 1st and a ground out to 2nd in the 3rd. Two-tone bat, the high socks in the 1st pitch on the way, and he swings it and bounces a high chopper to 3rd. Trienfeld up with it and on to 1st for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 gone to start the 5th. And that one hit very high in the air. Trienfeld waiting for it to come down and then took his time gunning it across. Zach Wilson, a couple of ground outs on the day. DHing in this one. Mateo working from the stretch as always in the 1st pitch. Fastball runs up and in, ball 1. Wilson, 283 on the year, 9 home runs, 39 knocked in. And the 1-0 on the way, and that one skips away, and it's 2-0. For Victor Mateo, this is just his 3rd time all year that he's allowed more than 1 earned run. The other 2, once against Long Island on May 17th, and the following start against New Britain. Pitch on the way, and it's down and in. 3-0 the count. And that outing against New Britain on the 22nd of May, his worst of the year. 13 hits, 8 earned runs, but aside from that, he's allowed 1 earned run or fewer in 8 of his 10 starts. He's been especially good his last 3 outings. The 3-0 pitch on the way, fastball right there. It's 3-1. In his last 3 against Lancaster, Southern Maryland, and New Britain, he's combined to toss 21 innings and allow just 3 earned runs. Pitch on the way, 3-1. It's chopped to 3rd. It's a foul ball. Just wide of the bag, according to Buzz Albert, straddling the line. So now the count full, 3-2. So that 21 innings, 3 earned runs comes out to a 1.29 ERA. Payoff pitch to Wilson. Swing and a miss. A cutter down and away, and Wilson comes up empty. Second strikeout of the day for Mateo. He fell behind 3-0 and comes back to get Wilson on strikes, 2 down in the 5th. So here's Michael Snyder, 0 for 2, a flyout and a strikeout. In addition to that 1.29 ERA over his last 3 outings, Victor Mateo has struck out 16 and walked just 2. First pitch on the way, fastball, and it's a little inside, ball 1. Snyder leads the league in doubles with 17. And there's several guys in this Blue Crab order that have a propensity for that 2-base hit. The 1-0 on the way. It's a breaking ball in there, strike 1. Snyder, Cohn, and Vaughn, the 3 of them combined, all top 5 in the league in doubles. And the 3 of them together have hit 46, with Snyder leading the way with his 17. The 1-1 pitch, a check swing, and he went around. Peel down to Nate Caldwell at first base, and he held up his right fist. Snyder started to stop his swing, but could not do so. 4-3, Southern Maryland leads it, 1-2, 2 away, and the pitch from Mateo, breaking ball just missed outside. A chase pitch, and Snyder able to lay off to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Southern Maryland. 3 on 4 for the Revs, and it's a foul ball off to the left and over the leaping Corey Vaughn in the on-deck circle and into the first row. Young man has himself a souvenir here at the ballpark on what's turned out to be a very nice evening after heavy rain throughout the day. The 2-2 pitch on the way, and it misses down and away. So the previous batter, Zach Wilson, had a 3-0 count and struck out, and now Mateo was ahead 1-2 to Michael Snyder, and it's gone the other way, 3-2. Mateo has his sign from Cruz. The payoff pitch. Swinging a high fly ball out towards right field. Mitchell coming over towards the line. It's a long run, and he's not going to get there. It's in for a base hit. Snyder will have to stop at first base, as Mitchell did get to it on a bounce. But it's a 2-out bloop single down the line for Michael Snyder. So that'll extend the inning for Corey Vaughn. Vaughn 1 for 2, a stolen base and a run scored. And with that run in the 4th, now has 38 scored on the year, continuing to lead the league. Snyder off of first, and the pitch from Mateo. Fastball outside, ball 1. Mateo sets as he looks at the runner. Set up inside, and the pitch on the way. Fastball fouled off. It skips off the top of the third base side dugout and trickles into the seats. Mateo ready now. 1-1. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball, and it's a good one in there. It's 1-2. Sharp slider started in and off the plate and broke over the heart of the plate, and Vaughn had flinched and decided to lay off, but it ended up being right down the middle. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Snyder at first. Pitch on the way, and it's a chopper to shortstop. Dent charging, and it will toss the short way to second base. Alonzo Harris there to retire the side. A base hit and 1 man left through 4.5 at Peoples Bank Park. It's 4-3 Blue Crabs on 1350 WOYK.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rutter's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
Need material handling equipment for your company's busy season? Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers a full line of rental equipment to keep you operating at maximum efficiency. Forklifts from 3,000 to 15,000 pound capacity, narrow aisle reach trucks and order pickers, electric pallet jacks, scissor lifts, and forklift clamp attachments. Daily, weekly, and monthly terms available. Call today at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438. And check us out online at midatlanticindustrial.com.
The York Jewish Community Center, where everyone is welcome. Voted Best of York, #1 Health Club, #1 Child Daycare Center, and #3 in the Kids Activities category for 2017. Bring in your Revs ticket in June and receive 1 month free. Check us out online at yorkjcc.org.
Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Four to 3, Southern Maryland on top. Alonzo Harris, Isaias Tejeda, Michael Burgess for the Revs in the 5th. Facing Gabby Hernandez. He gave up 2 earned in the first, 1 unearned in the second. Has a base runner on in every inning so far, but the last couple innings starting to settle down a little bit. Does have 5 strikeouts on the day. And he came in leading the Blue Crabs all time in strikeouts. And now with today's included, 458 to his name. Once again in his 6th season in Southern Maryland. Alonzo Harris 0 for 1. A walk in the first, came around to score, also stole a base on his trip around the bases. Struck out swinging in the 3rd. Hernandez from the wind, hands overhead, and the pitch on the way. Fastball outside, ball 1. Lozada at 3rd base, in on the grass. The rest of the infield is back. And the 1-0 on the way to Alonzo Harris, and it's popped up, back and out of play. In addition to the career lead in strikeouts for Gabby Hernandez, he also owns the single season record for Southern Maryland, 150, and that came a year ago. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch to Harris. Breaking ball down and away, and Alonzo lays off. Hernandez working on a streak of 4 consecutive quality starts. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Harris out in front. Hernandez took something off. And the count now even 2-2. Harris back in the box. Vaughn in center, moving to play him the opposite way. And the pitch on the way, and it's through the glove of Allen off the plate outside. So the count now 3-2. Hernandez a year ago, when he racked up those 150 strikeouts, walked just 36. 7-10, but a 4.88 ERA, so he certainly improved on that. Payoff pitch, and it's popped up behind the plate. To the backstop goes Luis Allen, and he will run out of room. It's 3 rows back. Luis Allen, we now see, has shaved his head except for the very middle, the mohawk look from the former Rev. We did not see that look when he was here in York. Gabby Hernandez now up to 90 pitches on the night. It's another full count here to Alonzo. Pitch on the way. Fastball down and away, ball 4. Second walk issued to Alonzo Harris. Fourth free pass of the night for Gabby Hernandez. And it's a leadoff base runner to start the home half of the fifth.
Next up for the Revolution, your first baseman, number 16, Isaiah Tejeda.
So the tying run quickly on board. Here's Tejeda. 0 for 2, a fly out to left, and a ground out to shortstop. Tejeda, a .283 average coming into play, 7 home runs, 26 knocked in. Allen sets up away, and the first pitch on the way. Fastball at the knees, strike one. There is stretching down in that left field Southern Maryland bullpen, but no throwing yet. Hernandez trying to get through the fifth. Man on, Harris dancing, and the pitch on the way. Fastball in there for a strike. Tejeda quickly in the hole, 0-2. Harris with that stolen base his first time around. Now up to 8 on the year. And that leads the team. Throw to first, and he's back in standing. He was only about a step off there, but Hernandez decided to check on him ahead of the 2-strike offering to Tejeda. Tejeda waves the bat over home plate. Hernandez now comes set. Slightly closed on the mound, he comes home, and the pitch is a slider off the plate away. Michael Burgess with a couple of hits, hitting in the 4-hole. Mitchell a single in the 5-hole. But yesterday, the middle of the lineup was pretty silent in the finale at Somerset. Harris goes for second. The pitch swung and missed, a high fastball, and Harris dives in safely with a stolen base. Tejeda down on strikes, but Harris up to second on the play now with one away. It was a high fastball up around the letters, and Tejeda cut through it with a throw from Allen well late. 6th strikeout now for Gabby Hernandez as Michael Burgess comes to bat. As Darryl mentioned earlier, Burgess with the day off yesterday, but 3 through 7 in the order. Won a combined 0 for 18 with 5 strikeouts. Burgess working on a 2-hit ball game, a home run in the first, a single in the third. A base hit here could tie the score. Pitch on the way. Fastball right there, strike one. The Revs looking to snap a 5-game losing skid, which ties the season worst. And over that 5-game skid, the team hitting just .218. Hernandez steps off. Harris back to second, now working his lead. No balls, 1 strike. The count to Michael Burgess. From the set, the pitch on the way. Fastball up and away. 1-1 the count. Harris continues to dance out there, trying to distract Gabby Hernandez, if nothing else. Perhaps Harris trying to get to third even with 1 out, so that a productive out could tie the score. Garcia plays behind him, the shortstop inching towards the bag. And the 1-1 pitch to Burgess, it's just below the knees, ball 2.
Oh my God.
Burgess all night long really making Hernandez work, and in this at-bat especially. A couple long looks in to Luis Allen, and again, Hernandez will step away and ask Allen to relay the signs again. Two balls, 1 strike to count to Burgess, who is DHing tonight. Harris out there at second. Infield plays Burgess the pull. A big hole on the left side. Break to second, throw behind Harris, and he gets the hand back in time. Tag applied quickly by Garcia, but Harris ready for that move. It's Garcia playing directly behind him. Garcia able to do that with the shift on against Burgess, and it really doesn't take him out of position. The second baseman, Bistain, playing halfway in between first and second base. Outfield shaded to pull as well. And the 2-1 pitch on the way. It's up and away, ball 3. So a hitter's count 3-1 to Michael Burgess. Burgess had his team leading 9th home run his first time up tonight. Hernandez again, a long look in. Pitch number 100 upcoming. The high set, the check of second. Here it is. And it's in tight to Burgess, ball 4. Michael spinning out of the way of that one, now trots down to first base. And Sam Runyon now up and throwing in the left field bullpen. 2 walks in the inning, 5 on the day for Gabby Hernandez. And those 100 pitches equal his 9-inning total the last time he faced the Revs. So here's Jared Mitchell in a big spot. 2 men on, Revs down by a run. Lefty against righty. Hernandez sets at the chin. The pitch on the way. Fastball down and in. Ball 1. Those 5 walks, a season high for Hernandez. Prior to tonight, the max was 3, and that was at Lancaster. 1 ball, no strikes. Set up away. And the pitch to Mitchell. Fastball up and away. Ball 2. Mentioned that Hernandez, one of 3 guys in this rotation that rank top 10 in the league in ERA. The other 2 are Brian Grenning, who is 3rd, and Darrell Thompson, who is 8th. Pitch to Mitchell, breaking ball, and it's up and in. So Hernandez now falls behind 3-0 and is a ball away from loading the bases. The Revs will not see Brian Grenning in the series, but they will see Darrell Thompson on Wednesday. Thompson a 2.93 ERA and 5 wins. 3 balls, no strikes. Mitchell, the bat on his shoulder. We'll see if he keeps it there. Pitch on the way, and it's a called strike. Letter high outside corner, and it's 3-1. Mitchell had started towards first base.
Mustache must have gotten in the way.
His LSU Tigers currently playing a big one out at the College World Series. They're facing top-ranked Oregon State, and they're trailing 1-0. Oregon State just 4 losses the entire year. 3 balls and a strike to Jared Mitchell. 2 men on, pitch on the way, and it's outside, ball 4. Bases loaded, courtesy of 3 free passes in the inning from Gabby Hernandez. Coming into today, Hernandez in 2 starts against the Revs did not walk a single batter in 15 innings. And we're going to get a mound visit. The entire infield converges. And I think that's the pitching coach, James Frisbee, out to talk to Hernandez. The coaches with different numerals on their jerseys than listed on the roster we were provided, but then again, Hernandez does as well. He's sporting 17 tonight, but usually wears number 18. Harris at 3rd, Burgess at 2nd, Mitchell on at 1st. A big spot for Ryan Dent. Frisbee back to the 3rd base side dugout as Dent digs in. Hernandez has his sign and comes set. The first pitch to Dent. Outside, ball 1. You got to think Ryan Dent in this situation is going to at least take until he sees a strike. Dent this year 1 for 6 with the bases loaded, 2 runs knocked in. Hernandez from the set. The 1-0 pitch on the way, fouled off right side and out of play. So 1-1 the count. Then on the year, 13 runs knocked in. Of course, 6 of those came in one single game. That in Lancaster a couple weeks ago. A game where he was 4 for 5 with those 6 RBIs. The 1-1 pitch on the way, down and in the dirt, and Allen keeps it smothered. Came out of his crouch a little bit, but kept the glove pinned to the dirt, the baseball underneath it. And now it's a 2-1 count on Ryan Dent. 4-3, Southern Maryland leads it. The Revs looking to change that right here. 1 down, bases loaded. The 2-1 to Ryan Dent, outside, ball 3. And now Hernandez a ball away from forcing in the tying run. Derek Robinson waiting on deck. Harris at third, Burgess at second, and Mitchell on at first. The 110th pitch of the ball game. And it is outside, ball 4. A bases loaded walk to Ryan Dent. Alonzo Harris will come in to score. The game tied at 4, and the bases still loaded. And that will be all for Gabby Hernandez. 4 walks in the inning, 7 on the evening. And tonight, an off night for Gabby Hernandez, who was working on a streak of 4 consecutive quality starts. He will not get one here. He leaves after 4 1/3. As the call to the bullpen is brought to you by Maple Donuts. Sam Runyon coming on when we come back on 1350 WOYK.
Did you know that Shipley Energy can take care of all your energy needs? From heating oil and propane to providing your home with electricity and natural gas. We also provide heating and air conditioning service and installation. All of your energy needs are under one roof at Shipley Energy. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com. Call 855-4SHIPLEY and don't forget to ask about our $100 rebate. Shipley Energy. Energy for life.
Can't get enough of the Birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews, plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the Birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Dream big for less with a first mortgage or home equity loan from First Capital Federal Credit Union. Our competitive rates and terms make it so easy to purchase a new home or refinance your existing home. Either way, we've got you covered. Plus, our home equity loans with rates as low as 3.99% APR for 120 months give you the spending power you need for remodeling, education, you name it. For more information, visit us online at firstcapitalfcu.com. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
Brand new ball game, tied at 4. Revs looking to add to that. Bottom of the 5th, they have a run home. 4 walks in the inning. And the bases loaded for Derek Robinson. Sam Runyon, the new pitcher. And he is a right-hander, 6'4", 220 from Asheville, North Carolina. He comes into a jam. Derek Robinson, the switch hitter, batting from the left side. Bases full. Burgess, Mitchell, Dent on. And the first pitch on the way, fastball low, ball 1. Robinson walked and scored in the second and flew out to center field in the 4th. We are tied at 4. Robinson looking to blow it open. Luis Allen sets up away in the 1-0 offering. A high fly ball to left field towards the line. A long run over for Rodriguez into the corner. He makes the grab. Tagging at third is Burgess. He will come in to score. A sac fly and an RBI for Derek Robinson. And the Revs with a 5-4 lead. So Robinson does his job. Gets the go-ahead run around from third. But a big out number 2 for Runyon in the first batter he faces.
Number 20, Luis
So 2 down for Luis Cruz. Jared Mitchell stayed at second base. Ryan Dent as well at first. Runyon the high set. And the runners both take off. It's a ground ball back up the middle. Base hit center field. Mitchell in to score easily. Dent stops at second. It's an RBI single for Luis Cruz and a 6-4 lead. Luis Cruz a 2-hit ball game. And the Revs have now scored 3 in the inning.
Next up for your York Revolution, your third base.
That was like the one thing missing from the inning was a hit.
That was the first hit. 4 walks, a sac fly, and now a single. And 2 on for Carlos Trianfel. Runyon again, the high set. A look back at Dent. The first pitch to Trianfel, a breaking ball, down and away, ball 1. Runyon making his 20th appearance of the year. A 1-1 record, a 6.41 ERA. In 19 2/3 innings, has allowed 14 earned runs. Walked 10, but struck out 20. 1-0 to Carlos Trianfel, the setup away. The pitch on the way. He hits his spot, but he misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. The sun is setting diagonally across the field here at Peoples Bank Park. Glowing in from Arch Street onto the billboards out in right center field. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Trianfel was geared up. And he just cut through it, I think, a little underneath of the fastball. It's 2-1. The Revs took a 2-0 lead in the first. Southern Maryland responded with 2 in the second. Revs then ahead 3-2 after 2. And then the back and forth continued. A second home run in the fourth for Southern Maryland. Pitch on the way, and it's down and in. Both home runs courtesy of Zach Cohn. And that made it 4-3 Blue Crabs. And now 3 runs in the inning for York. And the Revs back out on front. It's 6-4. A hitter's count to the 9th place hitting third baseman Carlos Trianfel. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Dent at second and Cruz on at first. The 3-1 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. A fastball outside corner. And Trianfel going for it all. It's now 3-2. Runyon kicking the dirt on his cleats. Trianfel adjusting the helmet. Full count, Dent and Cruz will be off with the pitch. Runyon looks in for his sign. Trianfel holds the bat out in front of home plate. Now they're ready. 2 down, the payoff pitch. Runners go, reach for and hit down the line and right, but backing into the seats, they'll do it again. Hernandez ends up throwing 110 pitches in 4 1/3. 6 runs against him, 5 earned, and Ryan Dent out there at second, still his responsibility. Three balls, 2 strikes. Runyon sets. The runners go. The pitch on the way. Breaking ball hit in the air to left, but playable for Rodriguez. Coming in a few steps and towards the line, he reaches up to put it away and retire the side. but 4 walks in the inning, and 3 of them score. RBI, bases loaded walk by Ryan Dent, sac fly RBI from Derek Robinson, and then the lone hit of the inning, a single up the middle by Luis Cruz, and it's 6-4, York on top.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32,000. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6,000 to $8,000. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
The York Jewish Community Center, where everyone is welcome. Voted Best of York, #1 Health Club, #1 Child Daycare Center, and #3 in the Kids Activities category for 2017. Bring in your Revs ticket in June and receive 1 month free. Check us out online at yorkjcc.org.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Victor Mateo back to work, and now once again pitching with the lead. It's 6-4. The Revs with a 3 spot in the bottom of the 5th. 4 walks in the inning, and Gabby Hernandez chased from the ball game. We'll give you the final line on Hernandez. 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. Walked 7 and struck out 6. For the Blue Crabs here in the top of the 6th, they'll send Devin Rodriguez, Zach Cohn, and Luis Allen to the plate. 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Mateo wipes down the baseball, set on the rubber, and now leaning into Luis Cruz for his sign. Rodriguez 1 for 2 in the first pitch. A fastball outside corner, strike 1. Oh, and 1 the count, and the pitch on the way. Breaking ball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hernandez threw 110 pitches in 4 1/3. Mateo now at 70. And the pitch on the way, and it's outside. So 70 through 5+ a batter. And he got off to a really good start in the efficiency department with a 7-pitch, 3 up, 3 down first. There's a line drive center field. The hat of Mateo goes flying. He dodges the baseball. It's a base hit for Devin Rodriguez. A leadoff single to start the 6th, and a 2-hit ball game for the left fielder. So now Paul Fletcher will make a visit to the mound. The right side of the infield joining Fletch. Dent starting to walk in as well. Trayenfeld stays put. Quick visit with a leadoff single. There were 2 other games scheduled tonight as we take a look at the York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. 1 postponed and 1 delayed. Long Island and Somerset will not play today. They'll play 2 tomorrow. And New Britain and Sugar Land currently in a rain delay. Here's Zach Cohn in the first pitch, and that got him. Fastball ran in. And I do not think that's what the mound visit was about. I think it was how to approach the guy who just hit 2 home runs. But on the first pitch, he gets drilled on the front hip.
And you can probably count on one hand as Fletch motions for them to hurry up in the Revs bullpen. Probably count on one hand the number of times that he's made a visit this season and the next batter hasn't been retired. It almost always leads to something good for his pitchers.
Well, I'm sure the message was pitch him inside, and Mateo a little too far in. Now the pitch on the way to Allen, it misses low. But Fletch will tell you that he thinks very highly of Victor Mateo, and especially how well he executes pitches. He says that's really all he does. He goes out there, he gets his sign, and he just executes. Pitch on the way to Allen, line drive, left field, base hit. Robinson chasing towards the line. Holding up at third is Rodriguez. And now it's bases loaded for the Blue Crabs with nobody down in the 6th. So in a back and forth ball game, Southern Maryland looking to respond here in the top of the 6th. A single, a hit batsman, and a single here. And now Brian Bistain, the 9th place hitter, set to hit.
And you're never going to complain when your team scores, but it can be difficult to sit in the dugout for a long time and come back out and be sharp. And credit Southern Maryland, Mateo's got the lead, but they've never really let him get into a rhythm tonight. They've always had somebody on base since the first inning.
And that's going to be all for Victor Mateo. Mark Mason coming out of the first base side dugout. Mateo retired the first 5 batters of the game, then allowed 3 hits in the second, including the home run to Zach Cohn. Cohn had a 2-run shot in the second, a 2-run shot in the 4th. And he reached on a hit by pitch here in the 6th. He's been a thorn in the side of the Revs all night. Mateo gets a hand as he walks off. The base is loaded. And Michael Click coming in to pitch. It's a Maple Donuts pitching change. As Click gets warm, we'll step aside. 6-4, Revs lead it on 1350 WOYK.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Come on! Colin Cowherd.
Steph Curry won a unanimous MVP. And I do feel there's an anti-LeBron movement to some degree. And who votes on the MVP? Sports writers. Often 5'8", 5'7", 5'9". They're small like Steph Curry. They relate to Steph. They don't like LeBron. LeBron's big and powerful.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
I'm blowing everything up. We're starting
weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star. Purchase participating products. Scan your Rutter's rewards card or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rudders VIP to enter. Rudders, why go anywhere else?
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Michael Click comes on, making his 22nd appearance of the year. A 1-0 record, a 2.66 ERA. Coming off a tough outing against Somerset 2 days ago, worked 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 hits and 3 runs, also walked a batter. But Mason Fletch putting a lot of trust in him, going right back to him. And in a high pressure spot, bases loaded, nobody down, top of the 6th. Devin Rodriguez, the leadoff single. Zach Cohn hit by a pitch, and then Luis Allen lined a single to left. Brian Bistain, the 9th place hitting second baseman, digs in. As Click loosens, leans in, and gets his sign. Middle of the infield looks to turn 2. And the first pitch from Click, a fastball, and it just misses. Ball 1. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but he missed his spot, and Cruz behind the plate had to reach back, up and in. Click drops the hands and the 1-0 pitch. Fastball, down and away, ball 2. Bistain with some bright teal tape just above the knob of his bat. Shin guard on his front left foot and high socks. The pitch on the way. Fastball, and it's hit in the air out to center field. Witherspoon trotting over towards the gap in right center. Has a play and makes the grab for out number 1. Tagging at third is Rodriguez. He'll come in to score. Going second to third is Zach Cohn. And Southern Maryland gets a run back. It's now 6-5. Sac fly for Bistain. He picks up the RBI. And now it's back to the top of the order and Jose Lozada. Lozada 1 for 3 as Click will do a little groundskeeping as he digs a foothold on that first base side of the rubber. First and third, 1 away. Set up away in the first pitch, a fastball fouled straight back. Lozada a fly out to center in the first, a single to left center in the third, and a ground out to second base in the fourth. Lozada continues to occupy that leadoff spot with Brown on the disabled list. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Down and in and picked off the dirt and knocked down by Luis Cruz. Lozada, a switch hitter, the only one on the roster for the Blue Crabs, so at the top of the order does give them a little extra versatility. He's only hitting .214 as the leadoff hitter, though. And the first pitch on the way, or I should say third pitch on the way. It's a strike, and now 1-2. So Click getting ahead. And now he'll try to get a double play ball off the bat of Jose Lozada. Sun is just about set. Lights have yet to take full effect. 1-2, Click ready. Pitch on the way. And it's a blooper towards left field. Robinson on the run towards the line. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Coming in to score is Cohn. Allen up to second on the play. An inside-out swing by Lozada. And he picks up an RBI single to tie it at 6. A good pitch by Click in on the hands. And that's what Trienfeld is telling him. Tapping the ball into his glove before delivering it back to Click and just saying, that was a good pitch. Just keep making those. Sometimes they're going to beat you, but more often than not, it's going to work in your favor. So a 2-hit game for Lozada, and now Edwin Garcia will bat. First pitch on the way. Breaking ball over. Strike 1. Click leans in over his front leg for signs. Holds the ball behind his back. Now sets at the belt. The pitch on the way. Back up slider misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Rodriguez, or to Garcia, I should say. 0 for 3 on the day. A fly out to left and 2 ground outs. Click ready. 2 on, 1 away, and the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit in the air, shallow right field. Just back of the infield dirt is Alonzo Harris, and backing up an extra step makes the catch for out number 2. So Click induces the pop-up. Garcia now 0 for 4. And that brings up Zach Wilson. Wilson also hitless on the day. 2 ground outs, and he was also a strikeout victim. First pitch from Click. Breaking ball, line on a hop to shortstop. Dent deep in the hole. Fires to second. The pick by Harris. They got him. Ryan Dent, the crossbody throw. Alonzo Harris, the short hop pick. As they get the runner Lozada going first to second and retire the side. A big play there by the middle of the Revs infield. But the Blue Crabs do tie it on 3 hits in the inning and 2 runs across. It's 6-6, heading to the bottom of the 6th on 1350 WOYK.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Can't get enough of the birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Well, it's the third time we've been tied today. Robert Carson takes over for the Blue Crabs after they get 2/3 of an inning out of Sam Runyon. The Maple Donuts pitching change as the lefty Carson enters. A big guy, 6'4", 240 from Ventura, California. Carson will face the top of the order for the Revs. 3 righties, Witherspoon, Harris, and Tejeda. Travis digs in, 0 for 3 in the first pitch. Fastball fouled straight back. Carson making his 23rd appearance of the year. He has a 3-2 record, a 3.66 ERA. In 19 innings, he's allowed 21 hits, 11 runs, 8 earned, walked 9, and struck out 9. Witherspoon calls time and will get rid of the elbow protector, so I guess that was making him uncomfortable as he tosses it to Alonzo Harris in the on-deck circle. No balls and a strike. And the pitch on the way. Witherspoon shows bunt and pulls it back. Wonder if that elbow protector gets in the way of bunt attempts, especially. 1 ball and 1 strike as Witherspoon had the third baseman Lozada charging in. Lozada remains in, just on the cut of the grass. And the 1-1 pitch on the way. Witherspoon swings and lifts it in the air, left side of the infield. Lozada right there calling for it, and in on the grass, makes the grab for out number 1. So Witherspoon now 0 for 4, and Harris comes to bat. 6-6 our score. And a very interesting line score. 6 runs on 11 hits. 1 error for Southern Maryland. 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Revs. Harris has scored 2 of the runs, both on walks. And the first pitch on the way. Breaking ball over, strike 1. And Gabby Hernandez, who had not walked a batter in his 2 outings against the Revs prior to tonight, walked 7 in the ballgame. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Harris shows bunt and spins out of the way on a pitch just off the inside edge. The final line on Gabby Hernandez, 4 1/3, 4 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. 7 walks, 6 strikeouts. Final line for Victor Mateo, 5+ innings, 10 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Pitch on the way, and it's fouled straight back. Mateo did not walk a batter, he did hit one, and he struck out 2. Harris down on the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Against the lefty Carson. From the belt, he kicks and fires. Harris hits it in the air, foul territory right side. Over goes the first baseman Snyder in front of the Revs bullpen. He reaches up and makes the play for out number 2. So 2 quick outs to begin the 6th, and here comes Tejeda.
First baseman, number 16, Isaiah Tejeda.
Tejeda 0 for 3 in the ball game, a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Pretty impressive that Gabby Hernandez had 6 strikeouts despite his control difficulties. Tejeda playing first base tonight. The setup inside in the first pitch. Breaking ball, and it's over the outside corner. He missed his spot, but he got the call, 0-1. Carson ready, kicks and delivers. And that one down and in. Tejeda kicks the back foot out of the way. The count now even at a ball and a strike. Tejeda on the road trip in Somerset picked up his first triple of the year. And the 1-1 offering on the way. Chop back up towards the middle. Garcia ranging back of the bag. The off-balance throw to first. The stretch by Snyder. And in time to get Tejeda. A fine defensive play by Edwin Garcia. And a 3-up, 3-down inning for Robert Carson. We're tied at 6th. Heading to the 7th on 1350 WOYK.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Christian Hacker, it's a 4-year deal, right?
A 4-year deal.
Eric Decker did not criticize. He said he was surprised by it.
The quote
He'd
was,
say that.
a little surprised to be honest with
Right.
you. They wanted him earlier than later.
Correct. That's a jab because it's right. He did not need to be the 51st overall pick of this draft.
Is this the button that plays?
The Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
The Somerset Patriots will be hosting the 2017 Atlantic League All-Star Game on July 12th at TD Bank Ballpark. To vote your favorite Revs players into the All-Star Game, visit AtlanticLeague.com, and for more information or for tickets to the game, visit SomersetPatriots.com today.
The radio home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Let's go. We're going to the 7th. Revs and Blue Crabs tied at 6. Chase Hutchinson is on here. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And the heart of the order, and Michael Snyder, who's given him some issues. He's been maybe Hutch's biggest nemesis here this season. Had a go-ahead hit off him here last month, and then a walk-off hit against him in Southern Maryland a couple weeks back. First pitch is inside off the mid of Cruz. Nobody on base for him here, which is how you'd prefer to face Snyder. Not to be that time of night. Hutchinson, the 1-0. And he bounces a foul over to the on-deck man, Corey Vaughn. Southern Maryland, they have really some dangerous right-hand hitters in the middle. Tough part to get through. And like we said earlier, their rotation has been the biggest strength. The pitching in general, their hitting statistically has been good, middle of the pack. He swings here, chops one to third. Trienfeld waits for the second hop. And he'll get to show off that arm and throws a laser to first, one away. Now if they can get, I know Lozada has 2 hits tonight, but he had been hovering a little bit above 200. If they get base runners on in front of these guys in the middle a little more consistently, their offense could go from good to great. Here's Corey Vaughn, who's 1 for 3, a single, a steal, and a run. First pitch fastball is over for a strike. 6-6 game. Back and forth here tonight. Hutchinson ready. The 0-1. And a bouncing ball toward the middle at short. Dent gloves it and sidearms right on the money. Tejeda, a little stretch to his right. He holds the bag. And Dent charging towards second. He played it off his right hip a little bit, which might have gotten him just a half step out of rhythm on it, but he snapped that throw across.
And a good stretch by Tejeda at first base. And we've seen 2 big choppers in this inning already, and I think what you're seeing is the Blue Crabs just getting the very top of the baseball, which indicates to me that Chase Hutchinson has really good downward movement tonight.
At 2 down, he'll face Devin Rodriguez, who's 2 for 3, 2 singles, 2 runs. First pitch slides down and away. First left-hand hitter that he faces this inning, so he uses the slider right away. Hutch 2-2, a 1.90 ERA in 20 outings. 1-0, and it misses down and away. The only 2 losses, as we mentioned, were courtesy of Michael Snyder, who he retired to start the inning, and then Vaughn as well. Now ready with it. The 2-0 pitch. And a bouncing ball toward the middle, this time from second, Harris. And trying to get the grip, his throw then will be late. It took him 3 attempts to get the grip. And Harris going away from first, up the middle. Good range to get there. We know all about his range, but just couldn't get it out of the glove.
And a good play by him, 2 double and triple clutch, because the last thing you want after the first 2 guys get on or a bad throw that all of a sudden puts a runner in scoring position. So he makes sure he has it, not in time to get the runner, but he makes sure that he gets off a good throw instead of letting one go without a good grip.
Here's Zach Cohn and a big swing and a foul tip into the mitt. Strike 1. Nice K-man selection tonight. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of 2-run homers. Hit by pitch, 3 runs scored. Runner on with 2 outs. The pitch to him and a swing and a miss. Hutchinson pulls the string, a slower slider, and had Cohn out in front. So 3 ground balls. The last one went for a hit. But ahead now on Cohn, 0-2. And the pitch. Swing and a pop foul. That'll fade out of play off to the right. Some interesting cloud cover rolling across a picturesque blanket of clouds. It's almost nightfall now, but last inning, pretty good tint on the sunset. Pitch here is down and away, 1-2. And for about a hitter last inning, we had the lightest sprinkle come down. A few umbrellas went up, but it was over as quickly as it started. And some of our nastiest daytime weather of the almost summer thus far earlier in the day. 1-2 on Cohn. And Hutchinson ready with it. Stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 92, and it's a scoreless top of the 7th. He went in with the hard stuff and puts up a 0. Stretch time here at Peoples Bank Park. Revs and Blue Crabs tied at 6.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
I just like to say that y'all rock, man.
Is Tom Brady now suspended?
Yes. The Associated Press says appeals court rules Patriots quarterback Tom Brady must serve 4-game deflategate suspension.
Fritzy, call for Tom Brady.
I'm on it.
And if not, Giselle. And then Robert Kraft. He's got 4 months here. What can he do in 4 months here with an appeal?
This is basically where we were last year this time.
Yeah.
Dan Patrick.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star. Purchase participating products. Scan your Rutter's rewards card or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else?
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Tied at 6 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Want to give a welcome to our Southern Maryland fans as well watching on Revs TV here tonight. They're in the first half pennant race, a game and a half lead. Pitching change here brought to you by Maple Donuts. Right-hander Jesse Beal takes over. As I make Matt uncomfortably close, leaning across, looking at the roster that he so neatly taped to the wall. And the Revs with the middle third of the order, Burgess, Mitchell, and Dent coming up. Good night for Burgess. 2-run homer in the first, single in the third, walked and scored in the fifth. Beal 3-0 with a 2.42 ERA in 22 outings. He's held opponents to a 2.13 clip. Third reliever they've used after an uncharacteristic outing from Hernandez tonight. Beal out of the stretch, and the tall right-hander kicks and fires, and it's a called strike down in the zone on Burgess. Beal is 6'6", 245. Brings it pretty much straight over the top, so there's some downward tilt on his delivery. Here's the 0-1, and it misses down low. Beal, 6 years in the Orioles system, made it to single A, 14th round pick out of high school in 08. DC native. Last year in the Can-Am Association with the Sussex County Miners. 1-1, that missed outside. Blue Crabs, a hometown team for him. He's ready. And the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball on the outer edge. He went to South County High School in Lorton, Virginia. About 26 years old. The Orioles system, he went from Gulf Coast League to Bluefield to Delmarva to Frederick. Certainly close enough that family and friends could follow. The 2-2. And it just missed low. Beal started to walk off. And Burgess a close take, a full count. Just about complete nightfall here in York tonight. Just see the edges of that cloud cover. You're on a very unique day as far as the atmosphere is concerned. 0 wind at the moment. Beal the 3-2. And a swing and a miss. Got him with a high hard one at 92. Beal's 18th strikeout. Only 4 walks allowed in 22 2/3. Only 17 hits given up. Blue Crab bullpen has retired the last 5. First time Burgess has been retired all night. Here's Jared Mitchell. He's 1 for 2, a single, also a walk and a run scored. Revs tonight have 7 walks compared to just 5 hits. And the first pitch, fastball misses high. I guess this would be a money ball type of game.
Well, when you look at the 12 hits on top and 5 on the bottom, you say, wow, the Revs are really getting out hit, but so many of their at-bats have been good at-bats where they just walk, so it's really pretty even in that category.
1-0, and Mitchell shortens but takes a strike. As a matter of fact, Revs pitchers have not issued a walk tonight, so the base runners are completely even, total base runners, and the score is even, not 1 hit by pitch. Well, whatevs. Here's the 1-1. And that missed low. Revs have Luke Westfall up in their bullpen. It was 2-0 York after an inning on Burgess's 2-run shot. The Crabs tied it on Cohn's 2-run homer. Revs went back in front in the second, scoring on an error. Southern Maryland, another 2-run homer from Cohn in the 4th, went in front. The 2-1, and a swing and a miss, high fastball. So far, no contact off Beal. So down 4-3, the Revs took advantage of 4 walks from Gabby Hernandez, sparking a 3-run 5th, but the lead did not last long. Southern Maryland answering with 2 in the 6th to even things up. Beal ready. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Well, we'll state the obvious. He has swing and miss stuff tonight, because every swing they've taken, they've swung through it. Back-to-back strikeouts for him. And that one was right at you. He seems to trust his stuff, and he has a good fastball. A lot of late jump on it.
And he uses that fastball as his strikeout pitch.
Here's Ryan Dent, who's 0 for 2 with a bases loaded walk. First offering misses down and away. Right now we're in the midst of only the second time tonight that 1 half-inning scoreless was followed by another half-inning scoreless. Been back and forth all night. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss on a fastball up. And at least based on this outing, he's a guy that can get away with his fastball being up. If the Revs don't score, it'll be a game-high 3 straight half innings without a run between the two teams. Pitch is on the outside corner. Strike 2 called. Another hard one. Has he thrown anything off speed yet? Maybe one.
I think there might have been a slider in the Mitchell at bat, but I mean everything that's been a strike has been a hard fastball, and it's been belt high or higher pretty much.
There's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. That one had some late tail, but he comes in and strikes out the side on fastballs 3 up, 3 down, and all swinging. Impressive outing from Jesse Beal. And that'll send us to the 8th tonight. York and Southern Maryland still tied at 6.
Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers quality material handling equipment and services. Along with a full line of Unicarriers and Komatsu forklifts, you'll find Genie aerial lifts, IPC Eagle floor scrubbers, and Penalift loading dock equipment. Mid-Atlantic can provide rentals, pre-owned equipment, service, and replacement parts for most makes. When you need the best for your business, call Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438 or online at midatlanticindustrial.com.
Can't get enough of the Birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the Birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Come on!
Colin Cowherd.
Baylor football is what I've been saying for years, what scares me about America. It's not the big cities. Big cities have a lot of eyeballs, a lot of cameras. Small towns. I grew up in one. They hide stuff. Rumors, hidden, no eyeballs, nobody saw it. Football is too big a deal in some towns in America.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 8th, it's brought to you by York Dental Sleep Therapy. Are you tired of feeling the effects of sleep apnea or sleepless nights due to your CPAP? Dr. Bell may have an option to help you. Make your appointment today and let Dr. Bell help determine which treatment is best for your needs. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com. Luke Westfall is in for the Revs. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And Luis Allen pulls the first one foul on the ground. 8-9-1 due up here in a 6-6 game. Allen 2 for 3 tonight. He came in 2 for 22 against his former team. Blue Crabs now will get righty Zach Thornton up. The 0-1 and a slider down and in. Westfall's last outing was Friday night at Somerset, suffered the loss. It began with a bloop hit on a ball that probably should have been caught. 1-1, fastball, strike. That one at 93. Then a sac bunt. He got a strikeout, but then with 2 outs ahead in the count, gave up an opposite field game-winning hit. 1-2. And a slider dribbled foul behind the plate. Pretty much. Westfall 1-3 with a 1.88 ERA in 23 outings. 24 innings, 31 strikeouts. Trian fell right near the line at third. Here's the 1-2. And a slider in the dirt, got through Cruz. The Allen, Bistain, and Lozada due up here in the 8th inning. A bit of smoke rising from the remnants on the grill and the bullpen balcony. Westfall now, the 2-2. And it just missed, down and away. Certainly doesn't want to put Allen on to begin the inning. Allen backs out for a moment. And now in there, here's the payoff pitch. Just missed low. Appeal to first, they say no. And it's the first walk by Revs pitchers all night. Allen, we knew coming into the season, based on his career, hardly ever strikes out, and he works his way on. So here's Bistain, who I would think the last to bunt.
And Trienfeld expecting it, talking to Westfall on the mound in terms of which side of the field he will cover when he falls off.
First pitch, he squares, bunts foul behind the plate. Blue Crabs with, as a team, only 7 sack bunts. That is among the fewest in the league. It's the second fewest. Bistain in his 10 games does not have one. Tonight he's 1 for 2, a single and a sack fly. Trienfeld up on the grass. Pitch is a defensive bunt foul. That was coming in on his hands. Oh, it hit him. They appeal to first, and Nate Caldwell says he pulled the bunt try back. And it's going to be a hit by pitch. And it's first and second, although Allen just went all the way to third base while the argument's going on. The Revs stood there like they assumed that he had bunted it foul. It was toward him. But in self-defense, I thought he bunted it foul. And it seemed that they thought the same, but he's going to be on a hit by pitch. Allen down at third base, and finally somebody onto it and says he has to go back to second.
Well, it's certainly deflected at a very sharp angle. I'm trying to see if we can get a replay. It doesn't look like we have one that shows it, and it looked from the naked eye as though it hit his bat. A very defensive bunt, like you said, came down and in, but it really must have kicked far.
Here's Lozada now trying to bunt. Westfall misses low on him.
I mean, usually on a ball that hits you, it kind of deadens at the plate. It doesn't jump way over like it did unless it really catches only bone, and in which case I would expect Bistain to be in much more discomfort.
1-0, and that missed low with Lozada pulling back. So now he will try to bunt 2 runners over. Lozada 2 for 4 with the game-tying RBI on a blue pit back in the 6th inning.
It's a hit away in at first. They're hoping that he can cover and that Trienfeld can cover the bag at third.
And this one misses high. 3 balls and no strikes. Lozada with 1 sack bunt. But he'll be taking here. Corners will stay in just in case. But the 3-0 pulls back. It's a strike right down the middle. Now the Revs in a little hot water here in the top of the 8th. Corners are in. He squares the pitch, and he bunts foul. It glances off Cruz's shin guard, and now a full count. We'll see how badly John Harris wants the bunt on here. 2 strikes on him. Again, Lozada 2 hits in the game. The most recent tied it on a bloop, a rather frustrating development for the Revs in the 6th. There's the stretch, the payoff pitch. He lays off and it missed high. Westfall came all the way back to go full, loses him to the walk, and the bases are loaded on a walk, hit by a pitch, and another free pass. Loaded with no outs, Edwin Garcia to the plate.
And it looks like they're going to play corners in. A little surprised they're not bringing everyone in with nobody down. So they're going to concede the go-ahead run to get the double play, which would give 2 outs in the inning.
Garcia 0 for 4 on the night. And the first pitch, breaking ball, missed high. I believe the Revs are sending Buchanan to the bullpen mound, and now Fletch will come out and pay a visit. trying to get Westfall right, who most of the time his command is a strength, but he's had maybe couple outings, maybe 2 outings including tonight, that come to mind where he's run into some trouble. Hopefully he can get on track here. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Image 360, Yingling's Ice Cream, Highmark, Isaacs, Sheets, Ace Distributing, Stambaugh Plumbing and Heating, and Hatfield. So Fletch makes his visit. One 1-0 on Garcia with nowhere to put him. Tie game here in the 8th. The ball loose from the Revs bullpen, almost into home plate. Cruz will toss it to Tejeda, who will throw it back. Cruz hit his relay man there, Tejeda. Again, the Revs set up to turn 2 here, and another ball loose from right field. Cruz fakes throwing it over the roof. Now Westfall back on the rubber. We'll try it this time. And he's ready. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a foul against the net. So after the visit, he finds the strike zone. And after the walk and the first ball and with him loaded, Garcia's up there swinging. He was trying to catch one that Westfall was just trying to get across. The 1-1 and a foul back. Over the roof, it's 1-2. That was either over the roof or into the White Rose Hall. It did not come back. Tied at 6 here in the top of the 8th. The Revs in some grave danger here. Westfall trying to come all the way back. He's ready. And the pitch. Missed in the dirt. And Cruz another big pick. 2-2. Tejeda remains even with the grass at first. Here's the stretch, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Big strikeout for Luke Westfall on a fastball away. And he has his first out. 1 down here in the top of the 8th. And up next, Zach Wilson, one of their most dangerous hitters, the 3-hole hitter. 0 for 4 tonight, but 333 with men in scoring position this year. 3rd in the league in RBIs with 39. 4 for 6 with the bases loaded, including 2 grand slams. Revs set up to turn 2 with 1 out here. The first pitch misses high and wide. Now Westfall ready. The 1-0 and a foul against the net. The Revs have Houghton, Buchanan readying, but with the bases loaded, he has been prone to the free pass, and right-handers up. It'd be a little bit of a tight spot. Here's the stretch from Luke. The 1-1. Swing and a liner, pulled but foul down the line and left. And the man protecting their bullpen catcher makes the catch just across the line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Westfall ahead of him.
That was a good protective swing there by Zach Wilson, out in front of the breaking ball from Westfall, but able to slow the hands down, keep him in the zone long enough to be able to foul it off.
So Luke ahead. And he's into his set. The 1-2. Swing and a fly ball to right. Mitchell coming in. Now backing up a few steps. He stutter steps, catches it. They'll tag from third. Throw home is off to the right. And in to score on the slide is Luis Allen. Sack fly gives Southern Maryland the lead, 7-6. The other two runners move up as well. And Zach Wilson with his 40th RBI of the year puts the Blue Crabs on top. I think Mitchell, the ball was over toward the line, and off the bat he wanted to go back and get running forward with his momentum, but as it had a little fade toward the line, he wasn't quite able to do that.
Medium deep fly ball would have been tough for him either way. Did eventually get the ball all the way to the plate, but not on a line and not in time.
There's Michael Snyder as Westfall fires high. So second and third. And the Revs down a run. Snyder 1 for 4 with a blue pit tonight. Westfall the stretch. The 1-0. Fastball, and that just missed. Now Luke ready. The 2-0 and a high fly out to right. Mitchell backs up, still drifting back, and onto the front of the track. He's got room and puts it away. Michael Snyder, a lot of power behind his swing, and he just missed. They keep him in the park, and it is a one-run game. Blue Crabs take the lead with a run without a hit, and 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's Southern Maryland 7, York 6.
This is Dustin Hawkinsmith with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. and after Revs games for the Keystone Kickoff Show. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK for the Keystone Kickoff Show. Brought to you locally by your neighborhood SureSave Markets.
The York Jewish Community Center, where everyone is welcome. Voted Best of York, #1 Health Club, #1 Child Daycare Center, and #3 in the Kids Activities category for 2017. Bring in your Revs ticket in June and receive 1 month free. Check us out online at yorkjcc.org.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
I just like to say that y'all rock, man.
It's how great you are and then you don't win. I mean, Seattle won 116 games, but they're remembered for winning 116 and not getting to the World Series. New England, 18-0, and then they lost to the Giants. Golden State with 73 wins. If you don't win the championship, we're going to look back on this season and say, that was great.
Dan Patrick.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. The revolution plays here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 8th, Zach Thornton takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Southern Maryland goes to their 8th inning man, who joined them mid-first half and pretty quickly became a top go-to setup option. 9 appearances. He's given up just 1 run in 8 1/3 innings. Revs have seen him a couple of times. He actually made his debut here a few weeks back. And Derek Robinson will lead it off, followed by Cruz and Trienfeld down a run here in the 8th. 7-6. Robinson, the open stance from the left. First pitch, fastball in for a strike. The Revs, who scored 3 in the 5th and throughout the night took advantage of uncharacteristic walk totals from Hernandez. Robinson, a drag bunt, right side, first base open, he's going to make it. Michael Snyder from first over in front of it, in front of his second baseman, bobbled it, trying to get a quick flip away, and first base wide open. Robinson was going to beat it regardless.
A really good idea there by Derek Robinson to get it on board to start the inning, but on that play, if you're a Snyder at first base, you have to stay home. The only way you're going to get the out is if Bistain, the second baseman, fields it, and with Robinson's speed, it's unlikely they would have done so, but once Snyder vacated first base, there was no chance to get the out.
Robinson, who took a strike and then did it, might have caught him by surprise a little bit. And the tying run on, here's Luis Cruz. Thornton, a move to first. Robinson dives back. The Revs, saying, took advantage of some uncharacteristic walks from a pitcher earlier. Southern Maryland does it to them, taking advantage of Luke Westfall, a run without a hit in the top of the 8th, and the Revs trying to come back now. Pitch to Cruz, he shows bunt, and a slider down low, he pulls it back. Revs have Brad Allen up in the bullpen. It's been a few days since we've seen him, so even if they don't go in front, they'll get him some work here. There's the stretch. 1-0 pitch. He squares, gets it down. Thornton is in, looks at second. He'll go to first, and the sacrifice is good. 1-3 on the out. And Cruz, a perfect night at the plate. 2 for 2 with a walk and now a sac bunt. Does his job, and the tying run goes to second. Here's Carlos Trienfeld, who tied it in the 9th at Somerset on Friday with a double. And the Revs here a couple of chances with 1 out, looking for a hit to tie this game. Trienfeld 0 for 3. Witherspoon follows him. Down 7-6 in the 8th, and Allen will call time and head out to talk with Thornton. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by York Water Company, Brickers, Pizza Box and Hoagie Shop, York Volkswagen, and Penn State York. Revs much of this first half have been around the 240 mark as a team with men in scoring possession.
Be patient now, be patient.
That has been a big part of the offensive woe. First pitch, it's a high strike call on the slider. No balls and a strike. Thornton jumps ahead. The right-hander set. Robinson gets a little, the 0-1, and a broken bat roller down toward third. Trienfeld will hustle, a reach back at third, and Lozada can't get him. He gave up on the play toward first. He gloved it and tried to dive back to get Robinson, who took off on contact, and he slides in ahead of the tag attempt. First and third with 1 out.
Well, a really heady play there by Lozada to think of that. Not much chance to get Trienfeld down the line, so he kind of backs up and swipes the tag as he picked up the broken bat, swinging bunt. But a better slide by Robinson. It just hangs on to the base as he slides past.
And Robinson, whether his read was that it wasn't going to get to third or that Lozada was going to for sure go to first, he makes it. Big base running play. Here's Witherspoon with first and third. The pitch, it's in at the knees, a called strike. Witherspoon 0 for 4 tonight. First and third with 1 out. Thornton, 6'4" righty. Been at AAA the last several years. Teammate of Hutch at Las Vegas with the Mets. 1-0, and it misses low, or 0-1 rather. Now it's a ball and a strike. Only 1 run allowed by Thornton in his 9 appearances. All set with it. And the pitch. Fastball strike on the outer black. 1-2. Perfect spot down and away. Revs with a bunt hit and an infield hit this inning, giving them 7 hits on the night, matching the 7 walks they took advantage of. 1-2, and a swing and a miss. A fastball down in the zone. Thornton strikes him out. 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Kind of looked like Spoon was trying to elevate one for potential sac fly, but never got one that he could do that with. So the 8th inning opportunity will come down to 2 outs. And Alonzo Harris, who tonight is 0 for 2 with 2 walks, 2 steals, and 2 runs. Lozada even with the bag at third. The setup in, first pitch, moves his feet. He had to really dance back, down and in. Watch those ankles. Revs trail 7-6 here in the bottom of the 8th. Thornton ready. The 1-0. And it's over for a strike. Seems to have good sinking action on that fastball of his. It's in the high 80s, but some late movement. 1-1 the count. He's ready. And the pitch. Slider just outside. Thornton's allowed 8 hits in 8 1/3 coming in. Now he's ready. The 2-1. Swing and a roller towards short. And Garcia gloves, sidearms, and got him by a step. And Harris might have slipped a little bit, trying to get out of the box and beat it out. And Garcia charging in from short, gets him by a step. No runs, 2 hits. And the Revs leave him at the corners. If they do it tonight, it'll have to be in the 9th. We go to the 9th inning, York trailing 7-6.
Kids today, with Facebook, texting, TV, and video games, seems like fresh air and sunshine are things of the past. Remember playing catch, climbing trees, wholesome backyard fun? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care remembers, give them lush grass, healthy trees, the good old outdoors. American is baseball and apple pie. Kids have every reason to stay inside. Don't let your lawn be one of them. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, world-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great Best Jet products from your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party planners with $18.93 deli items. Best Jet hot dogs go great with Best Jet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple Best Jet rising crust pizzas with 12 packs of Best Jet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with Best Jet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 9th, Revs will get Brad Allen in here, trying to keep it a 1-run game. 7-6. Southern Maryland's still in front. And Corey Vaughn will lead things off. For Allen, who's Tied for 4th in the league with 7 saves. He blows a fastball past Vaughn on the first pitch. 24th outing, he's 1-1 with a 2.25 ERA. There's the 0-1. And a swing and a foul upstairs. Vaughn 1 for 4, singled, stole a base, scored in the 4th. Game has been back and forth. Revs haven't scored those since the 5th. It's the 0-2. And it misses up and in. With the offense having struggled throughout the first half, there's the wind in the pitch. And a slider just outside, 2-2. A lot of these close games, it's kind of been like they have enough to get close, or they have enough to build some lead, but not enough to put it away. Here's a high pop-up at short. Dent starting in. It's going to be the third baseman, Trienfeld, and on the edge of the grass, he'll snatch it. 1 down here in the top of the 9th.
And I think a perfect case in point of that was in the 5th inning. The Revs score 3. That's a good inning. You're not going to complain. But at the same time, they had the opportunity to really blow open the game. It was a back and forth game, and we're not able to do so. And now you have a 1-run deficit in the late innings.
Revs in the 9th will have 3, 4, and 5 due up. Cody Epley getting ready. Here's Devin Rodriguez, and he swings, fouls it off over the third base side roof. Another good night for him. He just doesn't stop. He's 3 for 4 with 2 runs. He's up to 385 in 33 games. Against York, 11 for 20, hitting .550. Here's the 0-1, and a fastball missed inside.
Kind of hard to believe there was a team that didn't want this guy.
It's in the Frontier League to start his career 2 years ago. The American Association last year. The 1-1, and he pulls a ground ball right side, and it's through. Out of the reach of Harris on a dive, and Devin Rodriguez 4 for 5 on the night. Blue Crabs with their 13th hit. That'll bring up the only guy with a bigger night than Rodriguez, and he's got fewer hits, but Zach Cohn, who's 2 for 3 with 2 two-run homers. Maybe he is a home run hitter. He came in with 3, and I said earlier tonight that he's not really a home run hitter, but he has power. First pitch is driven deep, but fouled down the line in left. Good night. Wonder if he's listening to us in the batter's box. Last year he had 5 home runs at AA. He did have 18 at 2 different levels the year before that. And he had 17 in his second pro season. But earlier in his career, he missed almost all of his 3rd year with an Achilles injury. Former Rangers farmhand. 0-1, and a fastball just missed. Down and away. That gave Allen pause looking in. Cohn, a first-rounder sandwich pick by the Rangers in 2011 out of University of Georgia. 1-1, and that just missed. Same spot. And again, Allen paused on his finish looking in.
Pull your hand up. Come on, Derek.
Well, we don't employ that that commentator. Fans clearly unhappy. I believe the Revs dugout had a few words as well. The 2-1, and a swing and a high pop, foul, and this will head back into the stands about 4 rows in. Right between the net and the Revs dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The bottom of the 9th lineup due is Tejeda, Burgess, Mitchell, with Epley getting ready. Now Allen a look, he's set. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Went down low with a fastball and strikes out Cone. And there's 2 down here in the top of the 9th. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, Sugarland at New Britain still delayed. And that Somerset Long Island postponement, they were in, I believe, at least the 4th inning tonight, and none of that will count. Wiped out. I think Somerset might have had a lead. Here's Luis Allen, who takes a strike. It's 2 for 3 with a walk and a run. On base 3 times tonight. And he led off the 8th with a walk and scored the go-ahead run. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a fly ball, right center and shallow. Witherspoon coming in, and he will be there and put it away. Scoreless top of the 9th inning for Brad Allen. So he keeps it a 1-run game. The heart of the order coming up for the Revs, looking for another 9th inning comeback. They trail 7-6.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Runners know the challenge. It's not the uncompromising weather. It's not the pounding repetition. It's not knowing how to dig deep as you start the climb of that last hill. For runners, the challenge is the discipline to keep running.
Flying feet.
Casual runners, amateur runners, hardcore runners, no matter what level runner you are, Flying Feet Sports Shoes is with you every step of the way. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear and properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear, properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. And that holds true whether you're training or racing on roads, tracks, or trails. For those searching for that discipline, Flying Feet provides the latest shoe innovations, the accessories and equipment, and the inspiration to keep on running. Greg Baum and his staff have the knowledge and the true understanding of what running is all about. As one local runner put it, Flying Feet is family, and all runners are welcome.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Chance for the Revs, trailing 7-6, and they'll face Cody Epley, second in the league with 16 saves. He's 1-2 with a 1.46 ERA. He's had an outstanding year, nailing down big win after big win for them. Southern Maryland trying to make it a 2-game lead for themselves in the first half standings. Epley 24 2/3 innings. Only 16 hits, opponents 184. 4 walks, 25 Ks. Only Bridgeport's David Carpenter has more saves with 21. And Tejeda will lead it off 0 for 4. The Revs last Tuesday, very nearly a 9th inning comeback. Thursday, not for 2 outs on the bases, would have had a 9th inning comeback. Friday and Saturday, they did come back in the 9th and tied it, only to lose on a walk-off. First pitch to Tejeda is a little low.
We should also mention the comeback win they did have on Tuesday.
Yes, yeah.
Seems like a distant memory.
Not to be left out of there. They guard the line at third. Here's the 1-0. Fastball in for a strike. Can they do it again and this time turn it into a W? Looking for their first walk-off win of the year. Happily nods yes. They set up in the 1-1. Almost hit him. He kicks the back leg out of the way. Tejeda looks like he's pretty close to the plate again, and they are really trying to bust him in. Allen setting up almost right against him. And again they will. The 2-1. Down and in.
Well, that was the game plan for Thornton as well, an inning ago. Got the swinging bunt by Tranfell and a busted bat inside. Witherspoon struck out when he was tied up, and then Harris ended the inning with a jam shot ground ball.
3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And the big cut, huge follow through. Napoli got that one right where he wanted it, down and in. On Tejeda, 3-2. Burgess on deck, then Mitchell. This is the only righty due against him. 3-2, swing and a miss. He chased ball 4, down and in. Happily got him to go down there again. And 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th. Unable to lay off. Epley had him starting to look in there the entire at bat. Here's Michael Burgess, who's 2 for 3. 2-run homer in the first, single, walk, run. Good night for him. And Epley with the first pitch. Swing and a chopper to second base. Backing up is Bistain. He gloves, throws to first, and there's 2 down. The Revs' only 2 hits since the 5th inning were last inning, a bunt single and a swinging bunt. Southern Maryland's bullpen has been outstanding on a night where Gabby Hernandez struggled. Here's Jared Mitchell, who will try to keep it alive. He's 1 for 3 with a single, a walk, and a run tonight. Blue Crabs breaking a tie in the 8th. They came back from down 2 to tie it in the 6th. Again, the Revs have not scored since the 5th. All the runs tonight came against Hernandez, including 2 of his after he left. First pitch. It's down low. Now Epley ready. The 1-0 pitch. And a swing and a foul out of play, left side. At first base now, it's Snyder who's right against the line with the lefty hitting. Epley, the 1-1, down and in, that missed. It's obviously been a difficult first half for the Revs. There's 13 to go after tonight. They only need 4 wins to make sure that it's not the roughest one that they've had. That was 2 years ago. But then that team turned it around in the second half and had one of their best seconds ever. The 2-1 and a swing and a high pop foul and out of play. Left side again. And the Revs are down to their final strike tonight. 2 years ago, they went from a 24-46 first half to 40-29 in the second half. We're in contention until the last week. Happily ready, the 2-2, and it sinks down and away. Great eye, it just missed.
So may I ask what happened to game number 70 of half number 2?
Yeah, that would have been a rain out that was unnecessary to make up. Somewhere that it was the last game of the series. Well, Epley nods yes. The 3-2. And a rip right side base hit. Jared Mitchell, a 2-out single. And he keeps this game alive. He smokes it. And a good at bat for him. Second hit of the night. Ryan Dent to the plate with the tying run on. It's their first solid hit, first outfield hit since the 5th. Dan 0 for 3 tonight, a bases loaded walk in the 5th. Revs trail 7-6 here in the bottom of the 9th. Now they guard the line at third again. First pitch to Dan, a swing and a foul back against the net. Snyder holding Mitchell. The outfield back, a couple of extra steps. Revs do not have a walk-off win yet. They sure have come close. Epley the 0-1. And it misses down and in. That backs him up a little. One of the ones they had last year was against Epley last July. Camp Day game, midweek. Mitchell starts to go. Pitch is a called strike on the outer edge. It looked like it started off and tailed back. And down to their last strike again, 1-2. Mitchell started to get a little too much. Good thing Epley didn't pick over. It's held by Snyder over there. Epley ready. And the 1-2, he goes, and a swing and a miss. A slider gets Dent reaching. And Southern Maryland takes the opener. A 7-6 win for the Blue Crabs here tonight in York. And Cody Epley with his 17th save, a scoreless bottom of the 9th inning. The Blue Crabs increase their first place lead to 2 full games. And the Revs, who saw the Blue Crabs tie the score in the 6th, take the lead in the 8th, shut down offensively the last 4 innings. They dropped their season high 6th in a row. 7-6 is your final tonight. Stay tuned. Post-game show follows next.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32,000. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6,000 to $8,000. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have